I need drama.
Yeah.
Okay, we are live. Maxine
All
got to get
right.
her butt here.
I hear they have drama in Oregon.
Okay, let me message Maxine. Who's
Oh,
crazy?
now it's really loud.
Okay, it's when I drop my mic. That's what it is. That's better now.
Ah, yeah,
Diane,
it's
do you
better.
hear any like buzzing or anything?
Or a hum?
She may have got bored and ditched us already.
Yeah. Sorry, no, not enough drama.
Hi, Charla. Charlotte, do you hear like a buzz in the microphone or anything, or a hum? Maybe your headphones are just too good, Stellar,
Yeah, I don't
and
know
they
what
just
it
pick up
is.
everything.
Yeah,
I don't hear anything.
it it might be in the back room. It might not be out here. As long as people out there don't hear it. Oh, good. Charlotte says she doesn't hear it, so it's just probably in the back room.
Hmm.
Hi, Cheryl S. Charlotte.
I was gonna open that. Are you there? I was gonna open this. Hold on. Nope. Now I lost it.
Mm,
Are you ready?
yeah. Oh, you're going to show it?
Why does it keep closing? Hey, Cheryl.
Yeah. Welcome, Cheryl.
Yeah. Now I can't see. How do I go and find out? Maxine says she's here.
Oh, she's in the back room? Let me look.
No, she's not.
I don't see her.
I mean, she's trolling me. That's how she got me to go live. Troll. Cheryl, you're welcome to the link if you would like, or anybody else that would like to come up. We're still kind of getting organized. I'm sorry. I'm not like a professional at this. You can play your song if you want, Stellar.
You want to hear Patsy Cline?
Go for it.
Can you hear that?
I don't hear nothing. Is it medication time yet?
Well, let me see if I can get Patsy Cline crazy. You can play that. You won't get a strike for it. Let me see if I can
And how do I
add
figure out my
that.
wrenches? You creator?
What's that?
How do I figure out my wrenches?
Pretty much like usual. I think just the three dots on to the right of the name,
Well,
I believe.
Cheryl, do you have a wrench? Does Cheryl have a wrench? I can't see. I'm on the StreamYard side.
Uh, I am too. One sec. Cheryl does not have a wrench. I can't give out wrenches, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, she does. You want to
Okay.
hear Patsy Cline?
Go for it.
Okay, I'll try. I don't know if this is going to work. Can you hear that?
No. Slightly. Anybody else hear it? I'm very unorganized. Yeah, it's super quiet.
Could you all hear that?
It was super faint for me. I don't know about everybody else.
What's that?
I said it was really faint for me.
Was it? Oh
Are you
wow,
showing
it's
us commercials now? Play 6 Plus.
what's that?
I
Oh
said you showing us commercials now.
yeah.
Hey, hello, hello. Yeah, Charlotte said she could hear it, but it was really quiet. Thank you, hello. He's actually, I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Update on my dad. He is doing better. He had a skin graft. What was it? Oh, no, Stellar? Something like that. About a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Um, to repair that Achilles. To, yeah, over the back of his heel. That's fine. Sorry. Anyways, to repair the back of his leg over his Achilles, and so far it's taken very well. When they did the donor skin previously, it didn't take at all. So he's on the right track now and doing chemo, back to doing his chemo. And welcome, Maxine. That's
Hello.
Slacker.
Hey Maxine.
Hi, Dr. Stellar.
Dr. Stellar. Dr. Frankenstein to you.
Excuse me, Dr. Jackal.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello. I'm hanging in. It's, you know how it is. It's difficult being a caretaker and having your own issues. But yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you? How is everybody tonight?
Can you hear me good?
Yep.
Nope.
Whatever.
Everybody's loud to me.
Where? Turn yourself up.
Who's got something playing in the background?
Hold on, I'll turn it down. Can I turn the TV down a little?
Is there a volume in StreamYard?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh, did we ever find out if anybody else hears the buzzing that Stellar hears?
Any better?
Anybody? Yeah, that's
Well,
better.
Any?
it's not there now. It's good.
Let me see, what's your channel name so I can look it up on, because I can't see side chat on this one.
Missy, aka TSO.
Okay. What's new, Stellar?
Yeah, you can't. Oh, you're on your phone.
Yeah, I have an iPad, but I don't know how to work the thing. I also have a laptop. Don't know where the charger is.
All right. So is everybody ready for Halloween?
Ugh.
I don't know. Are they canceling Halloween?
Yeah, it's
In
been
some
canceled.
states, yeah.
A buzzkill. Oh, I was going to show Stellar's Halloween costume.
Oh, great.
Chat, and I will do that right now. Hold on.
I can't wait. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Stellar, where you grew up in Nebraska, was it rural?
Rural?
Yeah.
Oh, rural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was in the Northeast. It's the town I was in was the world's largest livestock market at one time.
So would you have to go to like a big city to trick or treat?
No, we had,
No.
yeah, we had. I knew where everybody who gave the most candy out.
No.
I would go back twice. I would go in the night before and say our family's leaving town, and then I know where the good places to come back on Halloween.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. We wore different outfits, and we kind of checked the neighborhood out.
Did you?
Yeah, we went to the wealthy neighborhood because they usually gave more candy.
Or the big bars?
Yeah, the big bars. That's right. What did you do for Halloween?
Well, there's a crap load of us kids in our family, so we would all go together. But my dad would always that was always a pizza night. So even now, our tradition is having pizza on Halloween. But we'd all go trick or treating together. Usually only last a few blocks because I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and it was always cold and rainy on Halloween.
Oh wow.
We had a lady in our street who would give away pennies, and another one who would do toothbrushes and toothpaste.
I hated people like that. It's no wonder we soaped their windows.
Right? What about you,
Yeah.
Missy?
Stellar's Halloween costume.
Oh.
Duet?
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Stellar is going to get a receipt for Halloween.
Yeah, I'm going to be a receipt. We won't say for where. How many kids in your family, Missy?
It's
Or,
just
I
me
mean,
and my two brothers.
sibling. How many?
Two brothers.
Oh, okay.
Hi, hipster.
Maxine, how
Cheryl, I
many in
think
yours?
I'm going to do the same thing. Just leave the candy out in the bowl outside.
That's what a lot of people do. Yeah.
I want to know where your dad lives, Cheryl.
Right?
Cheryl said my dad gives out shots of Bailey's and Kahlua for the adults. I'm going to
Oh
his
my
house.
God, that's great. So, Maxine, how many children in your family?
Including me?
No,
11.
leaving you
Oh,
out.
even 10.
I'm kidding.
10.
You don't
11
count.
kids?
11?
Yeah, my parents adopted 7.
Holy cheese whiz. I was a
Wow.
second youngest of 8, so you made my family look small.
So
Hey,
that's why. Go ahead.
Do you remember when Sunny Van Dweller, way back in the day, when she used to play a live camera of the newborn eaglets as the eagles were feeding the eaglets? You remember that?
No.
Well, that was what it was like in my family because everyone was fighting over Halloween candy. It's like the eaglets, they were like vicious to each other to get what they wanted.
Wow.
That's the best
My-
Halloween story I've got.
I'm actually the youngest. The oldest is, God, how old is Mickey? Mickey has to be 49. So I'm the youngest.
The oldest
What
is
happened?
49.
Yeah.
13 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's almost as much as the Duggars.
And the Duggars, yeah.
Could you imagine, like, just year after year after year?
Yeah, yeah. So what the last Halloween costume do you remember going as? Hello?
Yeah, I could actually show a picture of it.
Missy's gonna put up a picture.
It will take
What
me a
about you,
second though.
Stellar?
Well, I think it was in 1951, and I that was supposed to be funny. Um, no, my favorite Halloween costume, I had a I had a gorilla mask, and I don't know whatever happened to it, but it was really it was
No.
I would go back twice.
A gorilla.
yeah, a gorilla outfit.
That's not bad.
What
That's
about you,
not
side
bad.
chat? What was the last thing everybody speak up?
I think the last one I remember is being Frankenstein.
Oh, really?
Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think that's the last one I remember. I mean, the easiest costume to go as is a baby. All you gotta do is dress in pajamas. So I'm sure we went as babies a lot.
Yeah,
I
think
always
did that a
tried to
couple
look.
times in childhood.
I always tried to look emaciated, so they would give me a lot of extras.
Candy.
Yeah, look real
Saying, oh
scarred.
boy, you need to eat.
Yeah,
Have another
exactly.
candy. Have another Twix.
Well, and then I would say my brother can't come out because
We
he's
did say that.
he's in the
Guys in the back.
hospital, and
Did
he'd love
you?
for us. My brother in the hospital would love for us to pick up some candy for him. Do you have something extra for my poor suffering brother?
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Hello, but I can't hear anybody.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
She must not be able to hear us.
I can hear her.
Maybe that's why.
I can
I'll be
too.
back. I'm having connection issues as always.
Oh, she can't hear us. I don't think. Is that Di?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If I find it, I'll have to show you and Missy. One of my nephews, his first Halloween costume, he was a loaf of Wonder Bread.
I love it. How
That's what my
nutritious.
sister. That's what I have to find it somewhere. My other nephew, he was a horse for his first costume. It's the only two I can remember.
Yeah, I think horses are pretty popular.
Yeah.
Wonder Bread, maybe not. You know, if you add some Velveeta cheese or something,
Velveeta cheese.
My
spice it up.
cousin, she's doing those. You know, remember the dog from Toy Story that has the Slinky?
Yeah.
Dressing her
Yeah.
twins up at Halloween.
Oh, is she? Twins are always fun to dress up.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has twin girls. They're 5. She dressed, because she took pictures already, she dressed them up as the twins from The Shining.
Oh wow, on little tricycles.
Yeah.
That's scary. Red rum, red rum.
I always liked the book better than the movie.
Yeah, the books are usually scarier. Your imagination can run wild. With a movie, you have to follow the plot.
I never really, that's the only book of Stephen King I read. I never got into Stephen King.
I'm waiting for the new
So.
Borat movie to come out.
Oh, did you see the previews for that? I
Yeah.
did.
It looks funny.
It does. Is this?
Was that his sister sitting on top of the car in the pickup truck? We don't allow her in the car in our country. She has to
Yeah.
sit out.
I really like Borat.
He's our favorite
I don't know who that-
Eastern European.
Yeah. where you live, Stellar, do you hand out candy? Is there a lot of kids?
Actually, not so much. There's a few, but no, we're kind of a retirement. God, all these people are so boring. They're old timers. Unlike myself, of course.
These people are boring. You're the only one that goes around the neighborhood TPing, huh?
Yeah, but I do buy a lot of Halloween candy. I just turn out the lights and pretend I'm not at home and sit and eat it all.
Sit in the window and eat it
Yeah.
while they're coming by.
Yeah, no, seriously though, I think with COVID-19, it's going to be a scarce, kind of a sketchy Halloween.
If these parents had any sense, they wouldn't take their kids out.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them wouldn't do that anymore. They go to a private party, and now they can't even do that.
Do that, no. Well, I was talking to my husband yesterday. I don't even think they're gonna have a Macy's Day Parade. I'd be shocked if they did.
Yeah, that's true. 6 foot apart for all the balloons.
Hmm. I'd be shocked if they did.
I mean,
So,
this will all end eventually, hopefully with a
yeah,
vaccine, but it's just awful, disrupting the culture and everything. It's pretty bad.
yeah. A lot. I hear the divorce rate is up since they had a quarantine.
Yeah.
Since we all had a quarantine, the divorce rate is up.
Oh, I can
On the other
imagine.
hand, what, Missy?
I said I can imagine people that are getting
Yeah,
stuck. Hi, Kelly.
there's a
Hello.
lot. There's a lot more people adopting dogs right now because people are stuck at home and they're lonely and they want companionship. And our
Yeah.
our SPCA only had 4 available dogs recently.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
really?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
this is a good thing.
which is a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
My husband was
All
an
right.
essential worker, so he didn't get to stay home. So, no divorce here.
All right. Here's
No
my last.
divorce here.
Well, we're proud of the essential workers. They put themselves right out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. What was for dinner, Missy?
Pizza.
She's probably having
Oh,
Kansas City barbecue.
yeah.
That sounds good.
What are you having
You
for
ate.
dinner?
I only had mashed potatoes with some tomato soup over them, but I made my husband cabbage, stuffed cabbage, mashed potatoes, and some biscuits.
Oh, that's good. That's real nice. That's healthy.
What about you, Stellar?
I don't know what I'm gonna have. I'm a little bit after 5.
TV
I'm
dinner?
not sure. Well, no, I don't really, not so much of those anymore, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I had a friend over for lunch. We don't, we're sitting outside under the pergola and social distance, but every Wednesday I meet with a good friend and we had pizza, but I don't really feel in a pizza mood.
Sometimes you just get pizza
That was
out.
my last Halloween cup.
Yeah.
What was it?
Can you see it? 'Cause it's gonna disappear.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That's really
Guess which
nice.
one's
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Guess which one's me?
The one in the background.
I don't know why they don't have nurses like that. They really should.
They really should. Maybe one day, Stellar. Maybe one day.
Yeah, hopefully.
Just for you. I'll put it in the suggestion box. Hi, Jenny Jen. I'll put in the suggestion box.
Why am I not seeing people?
Okay, Cheryl, Jen, everybody, what was your guys' last Halloween costume that you remember?
Do you know my husband has never went trick or treating?
Really?
Hi, Jen.
Is it because of
Nope.
like culture?
Well, he come from Guyana at 5, and then he was in New York all his youth. So in New York, it's kind of dangerous to trick or treat, so he never wins.
Wow.
He actually didn't start celebrating Halloween until we started dating back in 09.
Did
So
they,
he's never went.
like, back in Guyana, did they trick or treat there?
No, they don't do that kind of stuff.
That's what I don't know. I learned something.
It's
new.
a semi-poor country. Like I went there once when I was engaged. His mother took me back to see his aunts that were over there. And I went and she let me walk in the market alone. I got to walk around alone. So I called him and I says, guess what I got to do? And I'm telling him about I got to walk in the market and into little shops. He's like, and my mom let you? I'm like, yeah, she was back at Auntie's house. And he says, you don't ever do that again. Do you hear me? You're an American. They'll rob you and possibly kill you because they think you have money. So
Wow.
I never walked in the market alone again. It's such a poor country. Like animals are just everywhere starving. I just feel bad for 'em.
Oh.
I don't think I could go back because of it. Donkeys walk
Sarah,
down
have
the
you been out of the
street.
country?
That's sad. What, Missy?
Have you been out of the country
Me?
other than Canada? Die. Hold on, let me let you in.
I'm confused.
Where have you been,
Oh,
Stellar?
your camera's on. Yeah, your
Okay, can you
camera's
hear
on.
me?
Uh-uh.
Yes.
Hi, Yes, we can hear you great.
Hello, Miss Donna.
Hello. I had to go. I left my headset at the hotel, so I had to run in the Dollar Tree and buy a dang headset.
You sound tired.
I didn't know Dollar Tree had those. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're
Are you
not the
enjoying your
best, but
vacation?
hey,
Yeah,
it'll get
right?
me. Huh?
Are you enjoying your vacation?
No,
That's what we heard.
Gotten better.
I hate it. Oh my God!
Oregon.
Now okay, great. I just broke the headset. God damn it.
Well, your
We
microphone
can hear you,
sounds-
though.
Yeah, your mic is great.
Clear.
Okay, good.
It actually
All
sounds
right.
really good for being a Dollar Tree headset.
It
Right.
does. It sounds better than the rest of us.
Okay,
Mine
well,
were
that's good.
mine
Okay.
were Amazon, so
So, Di, tell us all the reasons why you hate Oregon.
Well, let's see. From the moment I left my house at 2:30 in the morning, and I got here at 2:45 the following day, nonstop. I got a flat tire
Oh.
on the Grapevine. Actually, it was a blowout on the Grapevine, and stupid me.
That's
I was
not good.
driving and I wasn't like really, Daniela was freaking out. I was freaking out. So I pull over to a sign that said Palmdale, Lancaster. Little did I know that it was another freeway. Pitch black. We're thinking,
Oopsie.
okay, some mass murderer is going to come out of here and just kill us. Nobody's going to know we're even here. Thank God for Geico, and my roadside assistance came and helped me. Then I had to drive to the nearest town. Hello, goddamn drivers. Didn't you see me have the stop sign? Fucker. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so,
Cheryl said Oregon is beautiful. That's
Di,
spectacular.
that's
Guys,
what I
beautiful.
hear.
it's perfectly fine to say what you're saying. The title of this video is "I'm Not Crazy, You're Crazy." So go right ahead.
I'm not crazy. What? I can
You're
barely
You're
hear.
crazy.
Oh, I know. I'm crazy. That's
How long?
the only way. Yeah, you have to be crazy.
Okay, Jen. Okay, Jen said Rich Life told Sig last night if he had a passport, he would go to Hawaii.
Yes.
Since when do you need a passport to go to Hawaii?
Who had a pass? What?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I told my husband that, and he's like,
Allegedly,
"You're lying."
Rich Life told Sig that if he had a passport, he would go to Hawaii.
I was
You know
telling
what,
my
after
husband that
this trip-
today.
After this trip, I'm not going anywhere.
Oregon looks beautiful from what I see that you're posting, Di.
No, it is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's just that it's it's just different, and it's been. We're not. We went to Portland yesterday and the day before, and let me tell you, I'm sorry to say, but I have never seen. I thought we had homeless. I mean, it was
Yeah.
crazy. and
They do.
and I had the kids with me, Daniela and her friend with me, and this guy comes up. He's like, "So, who do you think is going to win the election?" And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, please don't say anything." And the
Not in
kid's like,
Portland.
"Oh." They're like, "Oh, there's an election this year." I'm like, "Oh, thank God, I raised my kid right." And he's like, "You got 25 cents? I'm trying to get the train so I'm building a church." We're like, "Okay."
Oh, geez.
That's a new
Yeah.
one. That's a new
Oh yeah.
one.
Don't get me wrong.
You know-
It's beautiful. It's just not home. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
Right,
The
right.
fast life of Cali.
it's kind of like I'm physically here, but I'm mentally over there. And we've had
Yeah.
so many issues. We got to the Airbnb. Daniela broke out in an allergic reaction to something. So I ended up having to dump the Airbnb and go stay in a hotel. And we went to finally in our third hotel.
Hey, Jen. Hey.
Yeah. So,
Ethan, when are you gonna marry me?
No, she's had a hell of a road trip, Cheryl. It's just been one
oh,
thing. after-
I can barely hear.
You can't hear us?
You're
Who
roboting.
said what?
Huh?
Cheryl was talking
My
about.
city I'm in.
Cheryl was saying, "Are you more than 20 miles from your home?"
Guys,
20 miles from where?
you're
From
home.
from your home. And you're much, much, much.
By 20
farther
miles
than
from home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, I'm 24 hours away.
Holy cow.
Let's see, I'm near Portland, Oregon, and I don't know who Cheryl is. So I'm from Orange County, California. I'm by Disneyland. Let me tell you, it is the happiest place on earth. I've just been complaining the whole time I've been here. Let's just put it that way. Just
Now,
kidding.
Di,
Think home, huh?
understandably. But Di, did you have any plan to come up to Washington?
I did. I wanted to drive up there yesterday, and then we had to come back because my daughter's friend had taekwondo. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to go up to either the aquarium, or I wanted to at least go to Washington and step foot in Washington
Yeah.
and say, okay, I went to Washington. So we're here until Friday night. Well, we're leaving Saturday morning at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning because I got to be back at work on.
Was it
Huh?
taekwondo? Is that why you guys went up there with taekwondo?
No, Daniela came up here to visit colleges already.
Oh,
Yup.
nice.
I know. We went to George Fox University, Reed University, Lewis and Clark University, University of Oregon at Portland, and on the way home, we're supposed to stop off at Eugene.
Oh my God, Reed University? That's world
Yes.
famous.
I know. That's why my daughter wants Reed because she wants to get into computer science and.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that has a
Then you have a
Re-
reason to come visit me all the time.
Reed has a
What?
reputation.
Yeah.
Come on,
Isn't
come
that where
visit
Bill
me.
Gates? No, not Bill. Yeah, Bill Gates and the other guy, Steve Jobs, graduated from there.
I believe so.
Yeah. You know, and I already told her. I said, if you decide to go to college up here, you can stay. I'm not going. You know, you can go. I'm not going. I'm staying in California.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's what I'm used to. I mean, I've been there for almost 50 years. You know, so. And everything is weird here. It's like everything's in a circle where I'm at. It's
Yeah, but
we're
it
down
doesn't-
we're down by like
It doesn't. I bet there in Oregon, it doesn't take you 3 hours to get 2 miles like it does in California.
that's true, but still
Is it cold up there?
right now it's 55. But the weird
Yeah.
thing is I'm not cold. And if everybody knows I'm always cold, I'm not. It's like it's a different cold. It's a good cold.
They don't have a lot of humidity.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's that the cold, like in California, the cold feels like it literally like goes into your bones.
Yeah, that might be
And I'll be honest with you, my back has not hurt once since I've been here.
great.
Cheryl said no
Oh,
tax.
wow.
Though. There's no tax up there.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
no tax. That's right.
That's like
I know.
Pennsylvania don't have tax either.
No sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday I stopped off at the gas station and I parked at the pump because there wasn't penny parking, and somebody pops up again next to me and I jumped. And they're like, "Oh, you need gas?" I was like, "Oh, I forgot. You have to pump my gas."
Yeah, they have
Oh,
to
that's
pump, yeah.
right.
Oregon
Yep.
law.
Yeah. I'm like,
Isn't that
why did they?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm like, why do you have to pump my gas? One guy's like, I see you're from, it was at a 7-Eleven. And I said, oh, you're from California. Do you want to pump your own gas? I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'll do it myself.
Isn't there a law up there that you can't pump your own gas?
At certain gas stations, I think.
Yeah.
Why
That's what I
is
thought.
that? Is it they've had too many?
They
Grab
think
stuff?
it's a danger. It's dangerous because of explosions, is what they told me. I said, look, my dad used to own a gas station. I've been pumping gas since I can remember, and I've never, knock on wood, ever seen any explosion. But hey, it's Argonians. What can I
It's
say?
Oregon.
I did
Sheriff?
watch a lady. I did watch a lady.
Canada?
What?
I wonder if it's that way anywhere else, like Canada or anywhere else.
I don't
Well,
know.
they pump their own gas in Canada.
Hipster said Steve Jobs named his son Reed after the college.
Oh,
I,
that's
did,
cool.
I didn't know that, hipster. That's interesting.
I didn't know that either.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's what she wants to get to. So I don't know. I'm just saying, we'll see.
That's how it is here, Carol.
Hipster, do you rub elbows with Steve Jobs?
I wish. Well, Steve
Mhm.
Jobs is dead, right? Yeah.
That'd be
So,
pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I should say Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Oh yeah, I wish. I
We
think
see
I have.
him.
I don't.
Bill's up here. We see him a lot.
But you know what? It's nice to see
You really?
so many Trump fans up here. I was like, yes, Trump fan, Trump everywhere. I'm like, yes, I'm home. Sorry.
Well,
Right?
next topic.
Yeah.
I knew that'd get
Dang.
Jeff.
Politics.
You
No, I
know,
know.
dang. I'm sure Reed College is pretty expensive. You can go to Lolly and ask to borrow the money from her.
There you go. Well, you know
Well-
what? Right now, the way my kid's going, she's all honors and AP. So most likely, I don't know where she got it from, but she'll hopefully get a scholarship. I'm hoping. She's already. But you know, the thing is, I don't know what she's gonna do. Then she's like, I want to get into political science. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just,
That's my one niece. She's all AP classes, and she could argue great. And I'm begging her. She'll graduate early, and she'll graduate next year. And I'm begging her to be a lawyer, and she will not be a lawyer.
yeah, mine won't either. I'm trying to convince mine to go into the military.
My niece, she's an AP Spanish, and I'm telling her you can make good money being an interpreter.
Yep.
You should also try doing that. And she goes, no, I want to be a 5th grade teacher. I'm like, why? You're too smart.
Why?
That's a tough
What did you
grade,
guys all
too.
want to be
That
when you
is.
were in grade school? What was your dream job?
My dream job was a police officer.
My dream job was well, not really what I was doing now. I wanted to be a nurse.
I can't deal with blood.
What
My
about
dream
you,
job.
Stellar?
Well, I wanted to play left field right next to Willie Mays, who was in center field.
Oh, dare to dream.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Missy?
Mine was to be either a nurse or a doctor, and I ended up doing nursing. Cheryl, what about you? Side chat. What did you guys all want to be when you grew up as a kid?
You know, I think the hardest job in the medical field would have to be an ER doctor. I mean,
Yeah.
they deal with the craziest of the crazy.
Yeah, a trauma.
Even
or
an ER
or
nurse.
anything in PD. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like mine to show up to work.
What
I
happened?
worked for. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading the side chat. Sorry.
Oh.
I was going to say I worked in a teaching hospital in Hamilton, Ontario for a while, and I was in a chaplaincy. And they gave me a little white coat with my name tag on it and a beeper, and I felt like Doogie Howser. But
And that power went to your head?
yeah, no, we stayed overnight because I had to work the emergency room for families. You know, if there was trauma and the family needed someone to talk to. And then otherwise, I was on the 6th floor of the surgical ward. But I came away from that with a tremendous respect for.
Was it
Uh,
very hard to be a chaplain in the ER?
um, People are.
Emotionally.
Yeah, well, I think that was the probably the toughest part. You try to help people deal with. You got to let them have their emotions and try to just let them know you're there for them. But there, yeah,
Cheryl,
that's
I understand. Cheryl said I was predisposed to be quote unquote in the family business, which isn't really a business. It's kind of like the field that everybody kind of works in. I get that. I have, but just like people that are predisposed to military because that's where their dad, their uncle, and everybody kind of the same. Yeah, I get
right.
it.
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
It
My
does.
Yeah.
family had jewelry stores, and I started out when I first got out of high school. I went to learn basically a trade, and I studied watch and jewelry and clock repair. I did that for a couple of years. I
Ooh,
had
so I
three.
should send you my husband's watch then.
Everybody, when I bring that up, says, I've got a watch, and you got to look at it. But we had two jewelry stores. They were both in Portland, Oregon, by the way. And hey, Di,
Yeah.
you haven't run into Melton John, have you?
Oh, is he up here?
He
But you know
is.
Yeah.
what?
Melton John is a little southwest of the city.
Berkeley.
Southwest. Let's see. Then I'm down by a little bit close to between Salem and Portland.
Oh, okay, you're
Do you
a
want me
little
By
further.
I'm by the Sherwood Forest.
Oh, okay,
Do you want
yeah,
me to
you're.
tell him you're up there and want to meet?
No, but you know what?
I
Don't
Seeing
put
bet.
what was
Di
in
up
Portland,
to
he
it.
fits perfectly into the culture there.
He does,
Seeing what was there.
but he hates it.
Yeah.
He hates
But
Portland.
Matt,
yeah,
Di's
because
the
he
one that was
sees
willing.
people that probably resemble him. That's why.
I know.
I've
Di
never
was
been
the
up
one.
that way.
Di's the one that was willing to go meet up with Elvis just to go trolling. But don't put her up
Yes,
in.
I was willing to go to Bergs's house the other day. I was like, you know what? Damn it! After this whole trip, I don't care. I will go to Bergs's house. I'll go slap some sense into him.
Di, Di, you need to start visiting Five Guys. Cheryl's right. He works at Five Guys.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Forgot about
Five
that.
Guys?
Who does?
The
Melton.
burger chain. Melton.
Oh,
Really?
does he?
I don't know if he still does, but that's what I heard he did. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Somebody
that.
find me. Somebody find me which one. I'm here for 2 more days. I will do it. Don't tempt me.
Would you?
I have lost my ever loving mind on this trip. I've lost my life. I've lost my money. I've lost my
Oh
part of
no.
my car on the freeway. What else have I got to lose?
Boy, isn't a blowout on the highway scary? I mean, when you
Very.
blow a tire.
It was, and the best part was is that I was coming down, and what happened was when I left the house, my the low tire light came on, but all my tires were fine. But I had just had the whole panel replaced because it's a new car, but the cluster had gone out. So I figure, all the tires are okay, the air pressure, everything's fine. The cluster, it must be a malfunction. So I go from my house all the way to the Grapevine, which probably is a good maybe 3.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive.
Right.
Everything was fine. And then as I was coming down that Grapevine, we just hear the pop and the dun 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 dun, dun. And my daughter's like, Mom, what's going on? Mom, what's going on? I'm like, just relax, just relax. And, it's happened to me before. So I kind of knew, and I was kind of, I don't know, the whole trip I was just
Prepared?
nervous. Yeah, it was like, I was prepared for the worst on the whole trip. So, and it just so happened that it kind of worked that way too, because the the tire, the Airbnb, then I spent, a day and a half. I spent 2 days trying to find a place to stay. And then trying to fight with the Airbnb to give me at least part of my money back, which they finally agreed because
Good.
they're like, oh, you left of your own free will. I was like, yeah, I left of my own free will. Of that, or my daughter was going to turn into a big red, big tomato. So, she just broke out into like hives throughout her whole body the moment we walked in.
Oh wow.
So I don't know.
But That's Oregon. I mean, you're gonna have weird things. That's like the Twilight Zone.
It is. It's from the moment and then coming over that Mount Shasta. I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody's ever done that drive, but that one's crazy. I mean, I've driven some crazy roads. I've done a lot of driving in my life, but that one was intense.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not used to mountains, period. So just driving, like, I drove one night from Kansas City to Las Vegas. And my brother was supposed to take over halfway, but he fell asleep. So I drove the entire way in this big 15-passenger van, mind you. And I'd
Oof.
never driven in the mountains before in my life. Talk about freaky. Because by the time we hit the mountains, it was dark as could be. And,
That-
Kansas, it's like flat. You see a couple hills. That's our mountains.
And that's how this one was. And then I'm in a Civic. So the car isn't exactly made for, made for high speed, but it's not a heavy car. So anytime a semi came up alongside of me, it was like whoosh, and you could feel the drift over. And it was fun. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad somebody knows what it feels like to drive the mountains. Ooh,
Well,
that's
you
a
know,
Porsche.
I've driven that, but one thing I thought was even scarier was British Columbia. If you ever go up there uh, through the mountains, guardrails are optional. If you happen, yeah, if you go off the road, you don't hit the bottom of the canyon for about 3-4 minutes. You're way up there.
Oh, hell
Oh,
no. Sorry.
I couldn't do
know.
it.
I just get my whole body just gets this thing that just like this weird no.
I can tell you this much, Di. At least you're out. Most of us are
Yeah.
still stuck at home in quarantine.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
quarantine.
But my doctor did give me permission to fly in December.
Yay!
Oh, yay.
I was surprised. I thought she was going to tell me no, hell no. But because right now we're in a hot spot. She thought.
Are you really? See, I have no idea what's going on with COVID. My mom keeps telling me, "Oh, you're gonna have to quarantine when you get home," and I'm like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah,
You
you're supposed to
know,
quarantine for 14 days. Like, that's what she told me. She goes, you'll probably have to quarantine for 14 days once you get there. And then once you get back. Well, when I go there, I go to stay at my brother's house and play with the kids. So we don't leave the house anyways.
right?
So I don't care. I'll quarantine. That's fine. Whatever.
So you're gonna be in Arizona? Where are you gonna be? Arizona?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Oh, maybe I'll just. What the hell? Maybe I'll just drive over there. What the hell?
Ah, Cheryl said the roads are different. They're new now, Stellar.
Yeah, that's what I'm just inquiring with her. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, BC is
I want to get out to Canada. I've been to Mexico, but I've never been to Canada.
supernatural British Columbia. Oh,
You know, I
on
always
the
wanted to
coast,
go to New
okay.
Mexico. I've always wanted to see New Mexico.
I drove through New Mexico to get to Arizona. The first time I went to Arizona, we drove. And we did that route, was it?
Route 66.
Yeah, I'm like, my words aren't coming to me today. Yeah, we did Route 66, and that was really neat. Like to stop at all the stuff you see in the movie Cars. Like it's kind of realistic. It's really neat. Like even the teepees. There's actually a hotel with teepees.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that on
We have one
Days
here in
with
San
Jordan the
Bernardino.
Lion. Yeah, I seen that one on Days with Jordan the Lion on YouTube.
I didn't
He
know it
went
was
to that
real. I was
teepee
like, this is
hotel.
cool. I mean, it was kind of like old and worn down, but it was just neat that it was like shown in the movie and everything. How do you say that, Stellar?
What? Say what?
Kelowna?
Kelowna.
Kelowna.
Yeah. Kelowna, BC.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up north. Kind of about Fort St. James would be about where the end of the road is. At
I'm gonna
least,
put you guys. I'm not gonna disconnect. I'm gonna run in and get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Stellar,
murder
how long
rate.
were you in Canada?
All total about. Well, let me break it down. BC, a little over a year, and then I was in Ontario for a year, and then I was about 6 years, a little more than 6 years in Edmonton.
So, okay, so where you live now, you're up by the Trail of Tears, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what Cheryl just typed in there. Yeah,
Oh, did
that's
she? I didn't see that.
the Yellowhead. Yeah, up there,
Okay,
northern
Cheryl and
British
Stellar.
Columbia.
If somebody's gonna go to Canada and they've never been, where's like 1 or 2 places that they should go?
Everywhere. Yeah, I mean, just it's
Really?
great. I'm being honest. It's a great country with great people. Period. But I mean, there's so many places.
A lot of my diabetic friends, they go to Michigan through Canada to get their insulin up in Canada because it's much cheaper.
Yeah, that's
Many
a lot of
people
people
say
do
that.
that.
What
Yeah.
happened, Missy?
I've heard many people say that. One of my stomach meds I get from Canada.
My husband always says if my insurance gets cut for any reason, we're gonna go to Canada
Yeah.
for the meds. I mean, that's something I can't live without.
Oh, absolutely. It's
But
a choice.
Nope.
one of the places I really enjoyed and we spent time in was Quebec, and Quebec City in particular. There's a lot of history there, and then there's if you like shrines,
City or Maritime. What's Maritime?
Maritime. Oh yeah, well
I've
if you
heard of
want
the
to
other
go,
three, but I haven't heard of Maritime.
I think the eastern seaboard of Canada is a little more well known, obviously, than the west. But yeah, I mean, um, St. John's, Halifax. There's so many places back there. There's a lot of history, a lot of fishing, a lot of hardworking people. Um, they write songs about those hardy people.
There's
But
I can't.
I really I like Quebec and I liked Ontario too. But Montreal is a beautiful, colorful city. Um, uh, let's see, Saint Anne de Beaupré,
I would. I wouldn't
Trois-Rivières.
be. I wouldn't be doxing her because she always says she's in Canada. I can't remember where she said, but Callie. Callie. I don't remember what she goes by. She goes by Callie something on YouTube. She's in Canada, and right now she's already got snow, and it's -4.
Ugh.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
supposed to
There's a
get
lot
snow
of people.
Monday.
Minnesota got
Iowa,
6 inches.
too has snow too.
We're supposed
Cheryl
to get
typed
snow Monday
in.
and Tuesday.
It is 78 degrees in California.
Oh, perfect room temperature. Hey, Cheryl typed in PEI, which is Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Labrador, and it wasn't true when I was up there years ago, but I think Newfoundland and Labrador, Cheryl, kind of combined province. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I had heard something about that. Um, but that's the far northeastern coast of Canada.
Okay, I have a dumb question.
Northeastern.
I knew people from Black Tickle, Labrador. Oh, she said
Oh, that's a
correct.
cool
Yeah,
name.
they combined provinces. And then if you really want to get hardy, like up north of BC, you can go up to Whitehorse in the Yukon. I knew people from there. And then you're
Might as well
really up.
just drive all the way to Alaska.
Yeah, well, you're there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may need a passport though, Di.
Actually, yeah, Cheryl. Many.
Well, you know what?
many
Maybe my luck, they'll just send me back to where I came from.
None of it. Yeah.
many U.S. citizens get their meds from Canada because it's so much cheaper. Because
Cheaper, yeah.
the
Yeah.
monopoly of medication here is crazy. I order one of mine online from Canada because it's not FDA approved in the United States, so I have to order it through Canada or through Mexico.
Canada's
I wonder if I can order insulin online then.
all their
It's a little more
medication.
expensive online. It's cheaper if you go there in person, but by the time you add up the cost to travel, sometimes it's not cheaper.
Yeah.
My personal view of that is that Canadian pharmaceuticals are absolutely safe. I would trust them like our own, or maybe more so.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why the prices. Maybe the pharmaceutical industry is not as greedy as they are down here.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Really? You
Yeah.
need a passport to get to Alaska? Is it because you're traveling through?
Through Canada.
No, I said that because Rich Life saying Hawaii he needs a passport for that.
Oh, okay. Cheryl said we
Hey,
should. own
I'm
Alaska.
talking about the rich life. Has that girl been? Does anybody know or seen that girl?
He
Did her.
Yeah.
he ditched her like what, Monday?
Yeah. Have you checked her Facebook? Is she still?
I have. She hasn't posted anything.
That's good, Cheryl. Yeah.
Did you see somebody busted him out last night being in his driveway?
No.
Yeah, he was saying he was talking how he's homeless, living in his van, and his neighbor got on side chat and was like, "Dude, you're in your driveway."
Hey, I don't follow him very much, but is it true his mother is kind of saying you're going to be out of here if you don't toe the line?
From what I've seen about his mother, when she's on, like, when he gets her on the live stream and such, she's very pleasant to him.
There was some wild stuff being talked about. It may not be true. I'm not even going to repeat it because
Listen, this is what I'm
Well,
gonna
his-
say.
about the mother. Yeah.
Ronald my husband and I, we joke with each other so much. Like, I'll take his phone at night and put pictures on a screensaver for in the morning. And I hear Rich Life's picture, if you know what I mean, is surfacing around Boyd.
Oh,
I
no.
told him, I says, you better not let me get a hold of that picture because I'm putting it on your screensaver. He's like, I swear you better not. I'm like, I so will.
I have to say, he's one of the most unusual people that I've ever heard on Boyd or on YouTube.
I've honestly, I think I've only listened to him for like 2, maybe whatever. What is it? That Triggered Chimp, whatever post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triggered
They put-
Minds?
No,
Trigger
the chimp.
Yeah.
Chimp.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's the only one I like. If I'll see the little snippets of hit that they put on, but I've never watched him actual video.
I have. He gets triggered easily. He
Ooh,
blames everybody else.
you shouldn't have said that because now I can go in and trigger somebody. I'm in the mood.
Go block it real quick. I got like all
Oh, yeah. Missy, you're blocked over there?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm blocked by people on Twitter. I don't even know who.
I've been blocked from a lot of people on Twitter because of my view on a certain person that I'm not going to get into, but
Maybe that's why, but I don't even know who they are, and they have me blocked. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just block them back because I'm like, if you're gonna block me, I'm not gonna let you see what
yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking. Oh, damn it.
I tried blocking myself a couple of times. It didn't do me any good at all.
Oh, man.
Well, I get so tired of myself. I don't want to hear anymore.
Oh, man. So, Di, we were talking about Halloween costumes. What was Little D's first Halloween costume?
Let's see, she would have been a year old. First year, nothing. Second year, nothing. The third year, she was a princess.
Aw.
She was a Sleeping Beauty.
No,
4
Buffy,
years
that's-
in 4
one.
years in a row. Each year was a different Sleeping Beauty costume. So it was the
Sleeping
same.
Beauty's my favorite.
Yeah, so she had to be Aurora, but it couldn't be the same costume. Had to be a different costume. And of course, she had to have one costume for school and then one for her trick-or-treating. Oh, no, I'm sorry. One year she was Snow White. My mom bought her the Snow White from Disney. Because my mom would buy them. I'm like, I'm not spending $100 and some odd on an outfit at the Disney store. I'm just not going to do it. So my mom's like, I'll do it. Whatever she wants.
They like to emulate
Whatever.
some movie starlet or something. I'm going to go as Borat this year.
Ooh,
Oh.
fancy.
Yeah, I'm kind of tall, so I think I pull off
In the
Borat
bikini?
thing. No, not the bikini part. Well, I'll pass on that.
When does Halloween end? On what day is it of the week?
Halloween's a Saturday, I believe.
Damn
We
it, I don't
start- we
work
run
that day.
our clock that day.
Yeah,
Well, I won't work, so I don't have to dress up at work. So
It's
I only work Monday
time
through
to
Friday.
Halloween and a full moon all on the same night.
Oh,
You what?
It's the time change, the full moon, and Halloween all on the same night.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
the trifecta.
Yeah.
Damn.
Baby Monchichis is
We're in
still
for a
the
treat.
Talk about the freaks coming out that night.
Monchichi, you be
Yeah.
good.
Hi, Monchichi.
Don't blame little Larry
Hey.
either.
I'm fighting.
Yeah, welcome,
Sorry.
Manchichi.
Hi, Monchichi.
I don't know what I'm going to go as this year.
I'm I'm going as me. He's doing it
I
again.
Now
just,
I
I don't know. I don't have to
now
work, so maybe I won't.
I haven't worked. I quit. I left my job 2 years ago, so I haven't dressed up since then. But the last Halloween I was at my job, I was a witch, I believe. Fits me perfect.
Last year I had a T-shirt that said, "This is my Halloween costume." I think that's what. I'll just wear it again. I'm scary enough without it.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Was that nurse costume? That's up to a couple years now.
And how many years ago was that?
Three, 4.
Missy, does your dad get phantom pains?
Yes,
Oh my god, I got him right now.
my brother gets work though.
Oh, I get him right now. I'm getting him right now.
Does he get what?
Are you
Fan-
really?
Phantom pains.
When you have an amputation, my brother, it was hilarious because the first time
Oh,
my brother was itching his leg that wasn't there. And we're all going, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It itches." We're like, "What itches?"
well, now isn't that real or is it fake?
Phantom pains are phantom
Oh,
are
they're
real.
real.
I've
You
heard
feel
it was
the
real.
pain, you feel the itching.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't felt it because I don't have that issue. But my brother, he had his leg amputated when he was 9, 8, 9, something like that. Anyways, yeah, he's got 6 inches below his knee. But yeah, he'd sitting there be like itching his shin or his foot, or he's scratching his prosthetic.
Now, does that relieve it, the itch? I wonder.
I'll have to ask him. I don't know.
That's a good question.
I'm
Is
gonna have
that,
to ask
I
him
wonder
that.
if that relieves it. That's pretty cool. I didn't hear when you first started. How is Dad?
He's doing good. Like I said, that first when I did that cadaver skin, it didn't take it all. So they did a skin graft about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember when. And I took him to wound care Monday, I believe. It was the first time they took the bandage off and kind of looked to see if it was even beginning to take, and it was taking
Mhm.
beautifully. The doctor was extremely happy with it. Oh, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. He's in my
I
dinner.
have to start reading this side chat. I'm sorry, whatever happened.
Cheryl said my brother got diagnosed as end stage with his MS today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
MS is brutal.
Oh,
That's a
he's
rough
in my
one.
thoughts.
Yeah, you guys are all in my thoughts and prayers.
When I caught 2 ulcers, one in 2017, and when they took my big toe from that, the doctor actually really made me disformed on my foot. And the nurse, the home health care nurse that was coming in, she says, you know what, this is healing, but he messed it up to the point where it's not going to heal right. We should think about talking to another doctor about cadaver skin. But actually, when I went to the second opinion doctor, she just sewed it up and it healed. So I didn't have to do a cadaver skin.
Well, my dad wakes up from surgery from the cadaver when he first got the cadaver skin. He wakes up, gets back to his room, and he tells the nurse, "I got more dead people parts." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Just died laughing. I'm like, "Dad, I can't see that." He's like, "It's true."
well, then he's part of The Walking Dead, isn't he?
I'm like, "You are twisted."
Ooh, I love him then. No, you know what I don't get?
The Walking
Why
Dead.
they didn't give him a pancreas, too. I have a diabetic friend who got kidneys, and they gave her a pancreas, too.
Yeah, like a twofer.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that, though. Can they do that, Missy?
Yes, my friend got a pancreas along with kidneys when she had
Type 1
kidney
or type
failure.
2?
Wow, that's
She's type
amazing.
1.
That's why.
Wow.
Oh, your dad's not type 1?
Type 2.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought he was
type 2.
type 1.
Oh no, Monchichi, not again. Is it getting better? Monchichi says his kicker's been acting up a little.
Ugh.
Yeah, definitely. Bucky's right. Now is not the time to end up in the hospital.
That's for sure.
No. I was in the hospital back in...
On the panel is Stellar. Stellar, say hi.
Oh, hello.
And then Maxine.
Hello.
She also goes by you might see her in chat, is Smurf Blue. Is that right?
You Smurf freaking blue.
Smurf freaking Blue. And then Diane, Life with Diane, or what's her name now?
I don't know. Simply Diane. Hello.
And then
Is that me?
What it is.
That's not me.
turn your vibrator.
No, that was me buzzing. Sorry.
Oh.
That
was my
Turn your vibrator down.
That was my phone. That's why I was muted for a second.
Yeah, I think her.
So, Stellar, what kind of candy you handing out this year? Twix?
Very little, if possible, hopefully. But no, I've got the things I don't like is usually what I hand out. You know.
Candy corns?
Yeah, I've got some candy corns for that. That's true. I do actually.
So,
I have no idea why those are even made anymore.
I don't either.
we never get like many trick or treaters unless it's like family bringing like the nieces and nephews by because I'm so far up off the road that kids don't just go up and down my street trick or treating.
Throw them at the kids then.
I'm
The
gonna
neighbors-
send a. I'm gonna send a whole bunch of marshmallow bunnies to Missy for
Ugh.
Halloween. She loves
Ugh,
them.
peeps. My dad likes them stale.
Stellar and his peeps.
You know, my
My-
dad likes those stale. He likes to make them hard and eat them.
Oh, the peeps. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people do that. They'll like open it and leave it for a day or two and then
Hmm
You can
Yeah.
freeze
does it
them
make
too.
them better?
I don't know. I don't like them, so I don't eat them.
Cheryl, you're right. Those damn boxes of raisins. Or popcorn balls. Remember when people used to do popcorn balls?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Or
yeah.
pencils.
Yeah.
Pencils.
I think the toothbrush and toothpaste, that's got to be the cake, the topping on a cake. Who would-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just not right.
We had a lady in the neighborhood when I was a kid that would hand those out.
That's mean.
And then I was gonna say, did you see the candy corns? They're coming in different flavors now. I seen them in sour apple, and I can't remember the other one I seen them in.
Didn't they do that last year with Peeps, Stellar?
What?
The like make the different flavors like fruit punch and
Oh
sour
yeah,
apple.
yeah. There's all kinds of flavors now. That
Oh, did
are-
they?
Yeah, it's really
That's
weird.
like cereal. They're branching out with cereal too. I seen Jolly Rancher cereal.
Right. Oh, Manchichi, I've got Whoppers I'll give in place of the candy corn.
Oh, now that,
Oh,
like,
ew.
I don't like chocolate, but I do like Whoppers.
You like Whoppers?
You don't like chocolate?
I hate
Oh, I
chocolate.
love chocolate.
You know, I heard a lot of diabetics say once they became a diabetic, that's when they started craving sweets. I don't even crave sweets.
I've
My
never-
weakness is chips.
My weakness.
Yeah, that it's either salt or sugar, isn't it?
If I want
usually.
sweets, I want fruit. Mouse toes. Yeah, if I want sweets, I want like fruit, like strawberries and watermelon and stuff like that.
Oh, aren't we so healthy? You know,
Right?
you're really irritating me.
Candy, it's Jolly Ranchers. Like Jolly Ranchers. Oh, that's a good idea, Cheryl. Juice boxes.
That's actually a good. Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah, that wouldn't be like giving toothbrush and toothpaste.
No, that's.
Do you know what I think is funny? When
Yay,
people
Sarah.
around this time start circulating those pictures on Facebook claiming there was a razor in their candy,
Or the weed candy. Who's gonna pass out their weed?
who would even share that?
Exactly. Oh,
That
Mouse
seems
toes
odd.
has candy corn too.
Did they actually?
Ugh.
They did weed and candy. That's kind of weird.
Supposedly, but who's gonna like share their drugs?
Or LSD and stuff like that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm
isn't that stuff expensive?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
How the hell would I know?
Maxine obviously knows.
I know the price of
no
prayer.
comment.
I don't know the price of drugs. Okay, come on.
Okay, what's everybody's least favorite candy?
Oh. Reese's.
I think
I
mine's
really don't like Reese's.
Black
What is
licorice
it?
and chocolate. Black licorice and chocolate.
Oh, black licorice. I'll go along with that.
Ugh.
Hey, did you see some guy died 2 weeks ago from eating a whole bunch of black licorice?
No.
Yeah, I seen it on
Ow.
Google.
Wow.
I don't know it. I didn't read it. I just read the headline.
Right, Cheryl? Who would accidentally give out their edibles? What are Mary
Somebody
Jane?
that's really high.
Cheryl agrees. Black licorice, least favorite. What are Mary Jane's?
I thought they were caramel. I've never had one.
Stellar, do you know?
Well, I thought wasn't Mary Jane another name for marijuana?
It is, but it's a candy too.
Oh, it is a candy? I have no idea.
Mhm.
I'll
What
have to
about
Google.
Chico sticks? I used to like those.
Oh, I used to love those. That's pretty much what a Butterfinger is.
I'm kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, those are good. I'm a purist. I like just Hershey bars and stuff like that.
Or cow's tails. Those are okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a caramel and in the middle is some white filling.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like
We have
Um,
we have a candy bar they make out here. It's called Mountain Bar. And it's made in Tacoma, Washington, and it's got a cherry filling inside, and like it's like a egg basically. Kind
Is
of,
it
but it's got,
chocolate?
yeah, oh yeah, and chocolate and some nuts on the outside. It's very unique.
Ooh, you know what I don't like? Those creamed eggs.
Oh, my grandma loves those things. Like the Cadbury.
Yeah,
Cadbury.
Cadbury's.
I couldn't find them last year. I had a hell of a time finding them.
Now, when I do want candy, it has to be something caramel. I love caramel.
I do like
Mm,
I
yeah.
just don't like the chocolate on the outside. So I'll either find something with no chocolate or I'll take the chocolate off.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, here it is. It was a hard peanut butter candy with white. Oh, I know what that is, Monty. They still make those. They're hard to find, but like I live sort of near Branson, Missouri, where you can go get like all the saltwater taffy and all that old candy. I love those things. And I'm not much of a
When-
peanut butter either.
When I was a kid in the neighborhood, we had a candy store called Choo Choo's. That was the place to be to get your candy before school. They had all penny candy, 25-cent candy. I miss that place.
Just true, Cheryl, but Amazon's the devil.
But they do have some hard to find. I mean, it's amazing what they carry. You wouldn't find locally.
Yeah, you
pretty
can
cool
find
to-
everything on there.
Yeah.
Cheryl said Amazon has the best hard to find junk. So true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could find everything on Amazon.
Stella, what's your favorite candy?
Oh my God. Well, for a long time it used to be Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, I don't know, and I used to like just traditional things like M&Ms, but it just depends on my mood. To be honest with you, we have a monastery in Oregon that sells truffles, and if that's considered candy, I guess that would be my favorite.
I never had a truffle.
Oh my God.
But
They're
Listen-
a little pricey, but they're good. Go ahead.
Phoebe says black licorice in large amounts can give you a heart attack. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, really? I wonder how, I don't know.
Huh.
Listen, when me and my husband were first dating, we went to the corner store and he bought a packet of peanut M&Ms, which are his favorite. And all I said to him was, "Hey, can I get 2?" I wanted 2 of them. I'm like, "Can I get 2?" He's like, "Just have the whole thing." I'm like, "I've never asked for a peanut M&M again. Never have I asked again." So,
Yeah, I figure the peanut in an M&M is just in the way of more chocolate, so I prefer the regular.
Cheryl says she's tested the theory with red licorice, Phoebe. It's safe.
That's pretty good.
now if I do eat an M&M, it has to be the peanut butter M&M.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like those. Now, me and my husband we talk about various things, of course, but we were talking the other day. Do you remember when Bart Simpson endorsed Butterfingers
Oh, yeah.
and the BB Butterfingers?
I don't remember those. Oh, those were the little bites, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember those. And I remember when those little the Crunch Bar come out and those little bites too.
Do they not have all that stuff anymore?
Mm-mm.
What
I
what
don't-
candy what candy did Cartman endorse of South Park?
I don't know.
I'm sure he must have endorsed something, but
I'm gonna look it up.
I can't believe that show's still on.
yeah, that's a crazy show. I mean, that's really
still
for
on?
adults.
Yeah. Yeah, they just did a COVID episode.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I didn't. realize.
Well, I read that. My husband was telling me I don't watch it. I've really never watched it.
Well, you acquire the taste for South Park. I think it's different.
I guess so. Guess so. What about chips? What's your favorite chip?
I just would go for the regular chip. They got everything out there now, but I haven't really tried a lot of that. There's so many unusual combinations. I just would get regular chips.
Missy?
Um,
I'm boring.
You're
I would
plain
say
Jane, huh?
with the cheddar and sour cream.
Ugh.
Oh, and
Don't
Missy,
they have like ketchup ones in Canada?
I've
ketchup.
had those. I've seen those before, and the salt and pepper ones.
Yeah, I've seen the ketchup ones in stores. Yeah.
And
Well, they have
don't they have pickle one too?
Pringles, sour cream, and onion. Those are good enough. So.
Wow.
Yes, I love pickles. Oh my gosh.
And
No.
Missy, tell us the derivation of your AKA PSL.
You don't know what PSL stands for?
Well, I do, but I didn't know if everybody else did.
Does anybody in the side chat know what my PSL stands for? It changes seasonally, if that gives you any hints.
I think I do.
Think
You do because
coffee.
Savannah helps me stay up to date.
Yeah, I know.
Think of
You're nice.
real special coffee.
Only white girls like.
Cheaters.
Cheryl got it.
Wow, I haven't seen mouse toes in a while.
Pumpkin spice latte. Munchy stuff.
I don't know how people can like pumpkin spice.
Oh, I love pumpkin spice.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I do not drink coffee or tea.
I drink a little tea, but I don't drink coffee either.
Cheryl, I
Pump?
changed it. I was being an asshole when everybody was identifying as something like just crazy stuff. So I just was being stupid one day, and it kind of stuck. And so now, when Starbucks goes through they change seasonally. My friend Savannah always like sends me what's the latest because I don't really drink coffee. The only time of year I drink coffee is during pumpkin spice season. So she'll send me like what the latest is. So it'll change. Like it was mocha spice or mocha marshmallow mocha something at one time. It was goofy.
They sell pumpkin spice ice cream.
Where?
Huh.
I've seen it at Walmart.
Not the pumpkin spice. I'm a basic white girl.
You could say something else.
I'm a basic bitch. Pumpkin spice latte, baby. I love pumpkin spice. Love it.
Yeah,
Even when
BB,
you,
pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, Cheryl said it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Pumpkin
Stellar, even when you
is the
worked
best.
in the church. Go ahead, sorry.
I said pumpkin cheesecake is the best.
Oh, I've seen those too.
They have that too. Wow.
Yeah.
Mouse toes. She said
And
I thought
donuts.
PSL was pissing myself laughing.
That's
They
funny.
even have pumpkin spice donuts.
I've seen those.
That sounds good.
They have pumpkin spice Pop Tarts and all
Oh,
kinds.
do that? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't like those.
I'm gonna try my hand at a pumpkin roll for Thanksgiving.
Ew, I don't like those.
Hopefully it works out. I'm gonna try making one. Hopefully it works out.
Oh, Cheryl, I'm jealous.
Did
Cheryl
dye
had
drop off? I
pumpkin
guess.
cheesecake for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Canned pumpkin is actually squash. What?
What?
I'm gonna have to try that, Cheryl. Pumpkin stones. I've had their pumpkin cupcake or muffin or whatever. It's really good too.
Pumpkin is a great source of fiber.
Is it?
Not that anybody cares, but yeah, it
But it's
really
not
is.
really squash, is it? In a can?
Pumpkin. I don't know about squash.
Monchichi says canned pumpkin is actually squash. I think.
Oh, is it really?
Are you trolling me?
I didn't know that. You can buy canned pumpkin.
That is very true, Cheryl. Canned pumpkin is good for dog's digestion.
Yeah, it
My
is.
dogs would be like, psych.
Yeah, I checked that out too, Cheryl. That's very true.
We give
I made.
give our dogs treats that have pumpkin in them.
I was gonna say that I made pumpkin, not pumpkin spice, but pumpkin treats for my dogs, and they wouldn't touch them.
Oh wow, my
It
dog
was the way you
loved
cook.
pumpkin.
Maybe they're like, give me the bacon grease. I'd rather have that.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's
Just
true.
kidding. I don't feed my dogs bacon grease.
Pumpkin is a type of squash. That's right.
So Maxine, what is Cleveland famous for?
I was born and raised in Cleveland. We are called the Mistake on the Lake,
Mistake on the lake.
where Cleveland is famous for nothing. Um, let's see. I remember growing up hearing stories from my parents that Lake Erie actually burned for a week because of all the chemicals in the water.
Oh wow.
So there's nothing there.
Do you know what the
That's
name
why I had left.
Cleveland? What's the name Cleveland? Do you know the derivation or where it came from?
I do not.
Oh, okay, I didn't. It's probably Native American, I would think.
I do not. There's really nothing there.
The Cleveland Clinic. They're amazing.
There's Cleveland Clinic, which is a world-renowned hospital.
For GI, they're amazing. Exactly, hipster. We're all Midwestern queens. Even Stellar's a Midwestern queen.
Yeah, that's where I was born and raised in the Midwest.
I would not be mistaken for a Nebraska cowboy.
There is something up there in Cleveland called Millionaires Row, where they like John D. Rockefeller used to live and such, but that's all torn down. Really,
Maybe
nothing.
where you're at now, but where were you like born and raised? Like Midwestern or the coast or where?
Who?
Phoebe.
Oh,
I think
no,
I got
Stellar.
Oregon Trail.
Nebraska. Those are harsh winters, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
They're
pretty cold.
just like Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, they're exactly like Kansas.
Do you remember playing the Oregon Trail in elementary school?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Oh, I seen it at Target. They have a board game of that.
Really?
Yeah, I seen it at Target.
That was like the coolest game when we were kids because we didn't have.
I thought about getting it.
That might be fun.
Yeah, Kansas has similar weather to Nebraska. Nebraska is a little bit colder, and they have about 6 inches more of snow you have to trudge through in the winter.
I left snow. I can't stand it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I always wanted to go just because I seen how it's abandoned. Pitcher, Oklahoma.
Oh, and the Dust Bowl?
Yeah. The town's abandoned now, but I've always wanted to go there just to see it. Pitcher, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I can show
Nebraska
you
and
some
Iowa
abandoned
got...
towns here in Kansas.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah.
Really?
My dad, he used to travel when I was very, very young, cleaning industrial furnaces out. So he spent a lot of time in Kansas, and he loves and still talks about Coffeyville, Kansas.
There's like nothing in Coffeyville.
Oh, there
Hipster,
isn't
how did
anymore?
you never play Oregon Trail? That was like all the rage. You're probably too young.
What?
You're
What
probably-
kind of elementary school did you go to?
I think she's too young.
There's nothing in Coffeyville anymore?
There never really was. I mean,
Oh, there.
I guess I'm used to big city, so like to me, Coffeyville's like nothing.
So what is it, like a one-stoplight town?
No, there's a couple, but not much.
Well,
Don't
do you know
hold your
there's an
breath.
Evel Knievel museum in Kansas?
I've heard of that.
I did
Yeah.
not know that.
I
Famous
There's
motorcycle.
I seen it on
world's largest
Pawn
ball of
Star.
twine in Kansas.
The what?
Hey,
The
stay
world's
down.
largest ball of twine.
Hold on.
That's funny.
Hipster says Kansas is a lot prettier than Missouri. It's pretty boring.
Missouri's got a little bit of humidity more than I would like, but it's a nice place.
I'm sorry. Where? What are you talking about? Oh.
Hipster said Kansas is a lot prettier than Missouri.
You think so?
Oh, really?
I don't know. I think they're kind of the same.
Yeah, they're kind
I've
of.
wanted to go to Missouri to see Branson. I've always wanted to see
I want to
Branson.
go there too. That's on my bucket list.
It's a date, Stellar.
Yeah, I mean, really, Branson would be great.
It's Branson's neat.
Oh, you've been there?
Oh, a million times.
I'm gonna meet Dolly before she
Isn't
passes
that like
on.
where everybody goes around here? When you go on like a family vacation, everybody goes to Branson.
Really?
Never been to? Oh my God, hipster's never been to Branson. Oh my God.
What?
I think she
I've
lives
never been.
in Branson than I do.
You know, I was 5 hours from Florida. I've never been to Florida.
Really?
Nope.
I've been to Florida.
I've
You know
been to New
what?
York a lot.
Never been
Oh,
to
New
New York.
York. Yeah,
I've been
that's
there a lot. That's where my husband's family, most of his family lives still.
that's an amazing place.
It is. It's just, in Manhattan, crosses the streets, I panic. So that's a little scary.
Yeah, we got to the Twin Towers before they fell. I was glad.
I went there after.
Did you? Yeah.
My sister-in-laws, three of them worked in the Twin Towers, Tower 2. So I've been there after. I've been in the museum too. It's like $75 to get in.
Did you go up in the Empire State Building?
No,
Yeah, I went up there.
you have to make an appointment for that now.
Do you really? Okay, they didn't back
Yeah,
in the day.
yeah, you have to make an appointment for that. So, and I couldn't go into Statue of Liberty. That's an appointment too. And I couldn't get
Yeah,
over in the
statue.
boat. I couldn't get
Yeah,
over in the boat. I'm too nauseous.
Did they do all that since 9/11?
I believe so.
yeah. Sounds like.
I believe so. I've been to Battery Park and seen the
Hipster, you were
Statue of
only
Liberty.
14 during 9/11. Oh my God.
Oh God, I was like 13.
You guys are children.
I was 13. I actually remember going into English class and it being on the news, and my teacher was sitting there crying, and I'm thinking, this is a video we have to watch today, and it wasn't.
I was at work and at Ford, and a customer pulled onto the service drive, and it was on their radio, and they was telling us about it. So like our whole department went down, was in the waiting room watching the TV, and we had no
My
access today. We just watched it all unfold. It was so sad.
my husband said him and his dad, when his dad seen it on TV, they drove straight through to New York and they made it as far as Jersey, and they weren't letting no one in the city.
Oh wow.
And it took them 2 days because I said three of my in-laws, my sister-in-laws worked in Tower 2, so they stayed in Jersey for 3 days waiting for word to see if they were okay.
Yeah, that took a long time for some people really found out if their loved one or where they
Yeah,
were.
yeah. My one sister-in-law, she was actually home recovering from breast cancer, and the other two, they just got off the train that was under the towers to get up to their floor, which was the 61st floor. So they made it out because as soon as they got up to the main level of the towers, everybody was running out.
There's some amazing stories of heroism that have come out. It just makes you tingle. It's just amazing.
Yeah. And being there, seeing the monument, it actually makes you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Stellar, do you remember around that time that woman who was claiming she was in the towers and she went to the support groups and such?
Yes, I do. I remember that story came
Remember
out.
that?
Yeah, she was interviewed by a lot of the media, and somehow they found out that her story was not true.
Because she was telling multiple stories
Yeah,
that she
probably.
was in the towers, her husband died in the towers.
Yeah. I don't know if she was involved. Well, yeah, that definitely made the national news. It was pretty sad. How do they, is there a term for that? Is that Munchausen by
I would assume
something
it would
along
be.
those lines? Yeah. Yes, we
Yeah,
do,
I would.
hipster.
What did Hipster say?
We have nutters like that on Boyd.
Oh, absolutely. I can name a few, Missy.
Yeah, Missy, but we wouldn't want to mention her name because that would be indiscreet.
Yeah.
But I could still hear you. Sorry, Dad called.
Yeah, I was with my wife at her doctor's office when that happened.
Wait, what's her name? Wally.
It was.
What? Oh, Lolly. Yeah, that's funny, Cheryl. That's funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what is she worth? 92 million? That's
Oh,
90 million?
yeah, if you're gonna go big with a story, go real big, right?
That's true.
Go home, right? Go big or go home.
We have
Absolutely.
a farmer that's a millionaire down here. Now we got a almost billionaire down here.
A model millionaire.
Hey, I'm on it.
Oh, there's
Oh,
I'm
I'm
on
on
it.
it. I haven't seen her in a while either.
Great to see you. I'm on it.
Hipster. Rich Life should borrow money from Lolly to pay that phone bill. Homegirl has 90 million in the bank.
Well, you remember?
Tiny
Do you
million.
remember? Do you remember a week ago when he was needing $1,200 or $1,500 for his lawyer?
Didn't he get it too?
Lolly was gonna give him the money, and then she went down saying, "Well, I'll match you in donations," and she never did.
Wait, Lolly has 90 million bucks in the bank and is only 33. What?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
That
like an
works.
heiress.
Yeah.
She's like an heiress.
Well, and she has.
So what is her
older-
alleged claim to getting all this money?
Well, she has publishing houses, several, and
Oh, I heard
charitable-
I heard her say she was a CEO of a company. She made
Yeah.
CEO within 2 years of being at that company.
I did a little looking into that, and that you end up hitting a dead end on that.
And I landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Then she said she worked in the FBI and was indicting all of us. She said
Yeah.
she was a model. She said her ex-husband was a Dallas Cowboy.
Hey, we've already had a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Come on, she's got to get more creative. than that.
Creative. And I can't remember the other one she said. Oh, she's
that's
killed a
Michelle
man.
Barbie.
She's killed a man.
What?
Yeah, she said she's killed a man.
Hey, we've got widows on here that have killed many men. She's got to think bolder and bigger.
I went to the moon last week.
Did you?
Oh, really? Would you bring me back?
Some rocks.
Oh, yay.
Rocks.
I love rocks.
Oh,
Well,
Lolly's
it's-
also surgically assisting heart surgeons. Wow, she's
Oh, wow.
multi-talented.
Fancy.
Bookie.
Isn't that a hard profession to get into, too?
Hipster, you keep going to Boulder and you don't stop in Kansas City, I'm gonna kick your ass. Is what a hard profession to get into?
A heart
Surgical.
surgeon's assistant? Or what did she say she was?
Surgical.
Yeah, heart surgeon assistant. No, I mean, it'd be hard to get there by 33 with all these other jobs. Yeah.
Oh, she killed a carjacker, made it to work in time for meetings apparently, and to cook her family dinner. Hooray!
What?
Nice.
She killed a carjacker.
Really said that, Cheryl?
That's a riot. Yeah, you
So
can't
she
make that
didn't-
up, right?
She didn't wait for the police to give a statement or nothing. She goes, nope, I gotta get to work.
I heard rumor that Lolly is LCD's sister. It would make so much sense.
That would-
Yeah.
Yeah. It runs in the family. Greatness. Personal greatness.
I haven't personally talked to her, but I've seen her in side chats. And when people say stuff to her like, hey, can I borrow $1 million? She leaves. She ghosts.
Well, Hipster, I wouldn't have you meet me in the city. I don't live in the city. Kind of like St. Louis. I don't live in the city, like the outskirts. I would have you meet me in it.
That would be cool to go see the arch.
Oh,
That's
St. Louis?
down in
Yeah.
a bad area, St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis
The
is
Arch.
pretty humid.
Like East St. Louis, but it's still not a great area.
You know, I always thought St. Louis was a much larger city. Kansas City is a lot bigger than St. Louis in population.
Oh,
it?
is it?
Yeah, oh yeah, by far. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh. There's a Christian rapper called Flame. He's from St. Louis. I like him.
We have a rapper from here. It's called Tech Nine.
Oh, I know Tech. I don't know personally Tech Nine, but
Everybody knows
you
Tech Nine.
know, my dad has. Well, he passed away. Had this friend when I was young in the '90s. He would bring his nephew around with him when he would come over, and my sisters, all of them would gush over this man, and I couldn't understand why. It was Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh wow.
So I was
Wow.
sitting there as a kid, like, why are you gushing over this man? And it was Lazy Bone.
Cheryl, I want to try that too. Hipster, have you ever been to Sweetie Pies?
What is that? Is that a
It's
restaurant?
a restaurant down there. It's like a kind of like soul food.
Oh, wow.
It's a line to get into, though.
I think that's how you would explain it, wouldn't it? Soul food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been past it, but it's a line to get in there.
Yeah, good places there like that, aren't they?
It's
Yeah, I
also
heard.
on OWN channel.
Yeah, they have their own.
Ah,
But didn't like
Bookie.
something happen with them? It went like something went down.
The grandson Tim
It was
was arrested for. Yeah, he was arrested for murdering his nephew.
or
Lovely.
conspiracy or something, or he was in on it. Plot.
Yeah, in on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was his nephew.
Cheryl just typed the same thing. Did you hear the son got indicted for killing the nephew? Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Tim. He was on the show a lot.
Yeah. He was, I think, Sweetie's grandson, but also
Yes.
her owner.
Yes.
Well, when money's involved, it tends to bring out the worst, doesn't it? I mean,
It does.
Oh,
so.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to go back to something that Bookie, or not Bookie, who said?
Ooh, Bookie's here. Hi, Bookie.
Was Bookie? Yeah. No, it was. Let me go back. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be going way back. It's something that I'm on it. Oh no, I'm on it. Having to do with her IQ, the IQ of Lolly.
Lolly?
Yeah, apparently in the 190 range, which would be maybe the second highest recorded in human history.
Nope, mine is 247.
Two. Oh, then you do hold the record because I think the highest is
Yep.
about 210 or something.
Mine's 7.
So I think I used both part of my brain then.
Wow, you are
Yep.
amazing. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, you should be grateful.
Well, I'm going to hold on every word you say now.
No, but seriously, what did she say is her IQ? 100 and what?
I thought it was 190. You know, if you're 190, you're probably going to be working in research somewhere. You're not going to be on YouTube. And
No,
boy,
you wouldn't waste your time with YouTube.
yeah.
BB
I mean,
asked if
people
somebody had
with
met
an
Lolly
IQ.
off YouTube, and Cheryl said we had it arranged for Secret Service details. Squashed it last minute.
So listen, here's
That's
my
funny.
thing. Did she just show up here? Like, I don't even know where she come from.
That's what I was wondering. Where did she come from?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Like, it's 1 minute we don't hear about her, and the next minute everybody's talking about her. I don't know where
Well,
she come from.
the magnet. I mean, Boyd is a magnet for like the title of this, crazy. It
Oh,
really.
crap.
We draw them.
Then I fit right in.
I mean, you think of all the famous celebrities that have graced the stage of Boyd. We've had them all.
It's true.
Yeah.
Notorious at least.
Like, yeah, I don't even know where she come from. I don't go in many streams anymore. So
Well,
I
didn't
don't
she-
really.
She's got was it a penthouse in New York City or something?
Yes, Trump Towers. In Trump Towers.
Oh, she's in
Oh
Trump
my
Towers.
God.
Yeah.
of
Did
course.
she come from Abe's or Noodles? Does anybody know? Charlotte.
Oh, I know
Charlotte
Noodles
Lolly
is like
probably-
wooing her. I know Noodles is wooing her.
Well, some
Could
people
be like
have.
the Lacey Ross thing.
Yeah, and some people have brandished, I guess, some. They claim it to be her real picture and some of her identity, and not that we're promoting that sort of thing, but nothing like the icon that she shows on her image.
Yeah, they found the
No.
original, like where that belonged. That was just a stolen photo.
Yeah, so I mean that would tell you what the rest of all the story would be. It just is fantasy. This is fantasy land.
True. You can be whoever you want to be on here.
Right.
I mean, we dare to dream on here, but most of us tell the truth of who we are.
Right. And hipsters, her voice is over definitely. 60 would probably make sense. I mean, it's pretty hard to disguise a voice.
But I wonder if she has that microphone that you can disguise your voice.
Yeah, if she did, she wasn't
Definitely
using it.
disguising it. You can tell by the way she talks.
Some people thought it was a man.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Too. That's why I'm
Mrs.
wondering if
Doubtfire.
it's like a Lacey Rock situation. Yes.
Oh
but
yeah, remember that?
Doubtfire
Right.
voice down for sure.
I really have I've never had a interaction with her.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
I just on panel.
Me either. I'm gonna
I'll
keep it
it
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay far away. I can't be indicted. She works for the FBI. She's gonna indict me.
Yeah.
I have fur kids to take care of. I can't go to prison. And that
Well,
would be federal, wouldn't it?
Well, probably. Yeah, I would say so. You'd end up in a federal prison, maybe in
Oh, crap,
Manhattan,
I would be-
Kansas.
I'd be in what's it? The one in Kansas.
Lansing
Yeah.
yeah.
or Leavenworth.
Right.
Leavenworth
Le-
10.
Leavenworth. Man, I'd be there.
Cajun, you're lying all the way right now.
Kasia needs to marry me before Missy offs me.
You're married, bitch.
Well, I need to run away. I mean, you're gonna kill me, so I hear.
Exactly, hipster. Boy, it makes me feel normal and sane.
We don't seem so bad listening to the rest of these people.
Charlotte says she'll throw us all out her Trump Tower window.
Yeah.
You know, I looked that up to buy a apartment in Trump Towers. It's like 1.2 mil.
Oh, that's on the low side, I would think.
Yeah.
Doing down here.
That's got to be way
seriously,
low.
So I wonder how much your like apartment, your dues for an HOA.
If you have
I wonder
to
how
ask,
much those would be.
yeah, you can't afford it if you have to ask.
Cajun, you can't make me.
What did he say?
He said you need to stop undressing me with y'all's eyes, ladies.
We just can't help it. We just can't help it. So yeah, she's a Trump Tower lady. I'm jealous.
I think people just come down here and they before they like introduce themselves, they think of the craziest story that they can imagine in their head, and then that's what they run
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have thought a crazy one when I come down here.
Too. I was too honest.
Maybe I'll do it now. So I ride elephants instead of bulls.
I fly to the moon every weekend.
That's not far enough. You got to go out of the galaxy. You've got to go out of the Milky Way.
Is that where your
gotta
weekend
do it.
house is?
Yeah,
Your weekend house.
my getaway.
Fan.
What's the nearest star Alpha
It's
Centauri?
Lolly Cajun. The newest prey down here.
Isn't a lolly? Isn't that like a British, like sucker lollipop? Maybe she's
That's what I
calling us-
think when I think of her.
Maybe she's calling us all suckers. Maybe
Well.
that's the subtle thing, the message.
You know, the thing about her is, I wonder if she believes in her head that we believe her stories.
Well, I mean, to put a serious mark on this, I really think there's a lot of mental illness, a lot of dysfunction down here. I don't know about her. I don't diagnose. That's not my field, but I would tend to think that based upon observation.
Look at Cheryl. I have a confession. I'm not a size 0 and I've never been in Playboy.
Well, we're crushed, Cyril. Doggone it. Yeah, lolly kind of.
Cheryl's just in the Hustler magazine, not Playboy.
Ooh, fancy.
She goes big.
Probably hipster. Yeah. Probably.
Sorry for those leaked photos.
Fancy.
Cheryl, you are the one that Rosie always calls the high roller. So, yeah, we know.
I'm shocked she hasn't come out like, I have a house in Greece, something like that. She's worth 90 million. She could have one.
Oh, Diane says she prefers Penthouse. I couldn't think of it.
Doesn't Larry Flint put out Hustler?
I don't know any of them.
I
I think
believe
that
so.
was his, yeah. Not that I knew from reading it, but hey.
He's a real SOB from what I hear.
Yeah.
He is.
I mean, the porn industry doesn't generate angels, that's for sure.
No.
I'm not sure, baby. We'll just be on until everybody gets bored with us.
Right?
At least we got rid of one. Like one clown's gone from Boyd. So it's
Now
kind
he's
of
on Facebook.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
on there.
Now he's on Facebook.
But you know,
There's
when
like
one leaves,
3 more.
yeah, 3 more come in.
I mean, it's kind of like every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Every time one leaves, we get another one.
True, Cheryl. I prefer Giant Loser.
So Missy, since you said you're far from the street to where you really can't pass out candy, how
Like
did you trick or treat?
I'm a, well,
I'm sorry?
I didn't grow up where I live now.
Oh, okay.
Like I grew up at my parents' house, and we lived on a busy street. But even then, we didn't trick or treat in that area. We went over to my cousins, and we'd all like trick or treat together, all of us kids. 'Cause
Oh,
we'd
that's
share it in
cool.
a group. And we'd go to
You
the
know,
areas where we knew they handed out full size candy bars.
thinking about it, being the last of 11, which most of them were grown before when it come time for me to even realize what's going on, we became really creative with our costumes.
Yeah.
So, do you have any Thanksgiving traditions?
We used to. I think all the holidays are going to be so different this year.
Oh, absolutely.
We usually do like get my grandma and get kind of everybody, like get her kids and all the family together, usually for Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, I the last 3 years have went down to Arizona to be with my niece and nephew.
My
It's going to be so different.
oh, absolutely. I
But I'm
usually
grandma at my
me and my dad go, and I usually drag my husband, but we usually go Black Friday shopping, but I'm not risking it this year.
no, I'll be doing everything online. Cajun,
Yeah, I'm
why
not
did you try
risking.
that? We've heard of so many accidents.
What
Fry a,
happened?
Cajun says we fry a turkey.
Oh, yeah, we do too.
See, we talked about it several years, but then every year you hear about somebody like blowing their face off.
Because
Yeah,
they
you
put
have
the
to be
turkey
careful.
in frozen. You
Isn't
can't
that
put
where
it
they
in frozen.
isn't that where they deep fry?
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm with you. I just with this pandemic, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be so different. I love Black Friday shopping. I usually start 6 p.m. Thursday and go all the way to Friday night, but not this year.
Well,
I'm not going this year.
since my
I'm
brother moved,
sorry?
since my brother moved the kids down to Arizona, it's cheaper for me to shop on Amazon and just have it shipped rather than me buy stuff here and then ship it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shipping gets so crazy. Even if I get a really good deal on something, unless it's something that I can like stick in my suitcase and take with me, it's just not
Mhm.
worth
Missy,
Yeah.
Missy, I was going to ask you just it's about safety and wearing a mask. Do you wear a mask when you shop on Amazon?
it. No.
You
Ooh,
don't?
you need to. Shame on
Okay.
you.
Just checking.
Stellar, do you have any Thanksgiving traditions?
Gobble gobble. Yeah, not well. You know, I would go to family, but yeah, you know, that's something that's really going to be down this year. Family gatherings are just because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we go back home for Christmas, we usually would go to the Christmas Story house, but I'm not even doing that this year.
Well, at Christmas, I think a lot of people enjoy just driving around the neighborhood and looking at the lights. Now, that should be something safe to do,
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think things are going to get much worse with the holidays coming up, mental health wise.
Yeah, mental health
Uh-huh.
wise.
So anybody, and I'm putting this out there, anybody that needs to talk, no matter what time it is or whatever it is, I'm always around. I've lost 3 friends in the past 6 months.
Oh wow.
Suicide
Oh,
stuff, and it's
oh, I'm sorry.
gonna get so much worse. So I just want everybody to know that I'm always here to chat.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, I think,
Can't
and
cut
we'll
that
see.
stuff.
I think that's a good point. We'll probably see a lot more crazy stuff on Boyd as well. A hipster asked, "What do you think about the Pope's statement on homosexuality as a fellow Catholic?" Well, I mean, he made statements in the past, and if that's what you're referring to, yeah, I would. He's very pastoral Pope and non-judgmental, and that's how I feel. My personal view is that. We should not stand in judgment of anyone's orientation at all.
Do you know what I think about that? You know what I think? Back up until probably like the 70s, 60s, I should say, my marriage was illegal. And people told people like me, you can't be who you want to be with. So I don't judge
Why
about
was
the
your
whole
marriage illegal?
homosexuality thing and the same-sex marriage because I can't tell somebody they can't marry who they love because at one time somebody was telling my people they couldn't marry who they love. You know what I mean?
Why was your marriage illegal back then?
Because interracial marriages were illegal
That's right.
in most states. That's why Loving versus the state of Virginia,
So crazy.
the Lovings actually sued Virginia State too so they could be married. Mr. Loving was white and Mrs. Loving was she was black, a light-skinned black. And a lot of states it was illegal to marry out of your race.
Right.
So, and that's sad to me. That's really sad to me.
Yeah.
A lot of the problems that become law originated from the views held by the church and her moral position. And
Yeah.
thankfully, the church, for the most part, I think, is kind of catching up to the 20th century. Maybe they'll get to the 21st century eventually, but society's laws also. And I think that, now we have, uh, I don't know if there's any state in the United States that doesn't allow same sex marriage. So things are definitely changed for the better.
Do you remember that woman? I can't remember. I think she was in Kentucky who actually went to jail because she wouldn't give a marriage license to a same-sex couple. Her name was Kimberly something. It
Yeah,
was back in
I
like
recall that.
2013.
Yeah, that hit the news pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
Well, and
Missy,
then there
remember
was
her?
I don't think so.
remember Missy is in Kansas. They get the news a couple of weeks after the rest of us.
Oh, that's right.
I won't know.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
True. I'm the boss. That's crazy.
But they got great barbecue.
True.
I've never been to Kansas.
Oh
Gotta
yeah.
come
I
try
mean,
Casey barbecue.
I told Missy that when I was a kid, when I was in Little League, my coach took us to Missy. You know where Municipal Stadium is?
Mhm.
Okay, and that's where a team she never heard of, called the Kansas City Athletics, played.
I've never heard of them either.
Well, that's because they were moved to Oakland, the Oakland A's. But back, I think they were moved in '67. But yeah, I went there and I saw Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra and the Kansas City team, which it didn't have anybody really that anyone. Hank Bauer, I think he played there. But what a change! What a change!
I love baseball.
Are you watching the World Series? The Dodgers are up by one game.
Are they? No, I haven't watched it really.
Yeah.
Miss, you into sports?
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're
I've
interested.
been tested.
Kansas City is the Super Bowl champions, and she is so proud.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm jelly.
My favorite team out of the whole football league is, of course, the Saints.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. That's where you were. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cowboys
of
fan,
course.
a Chiefs, and a Cowboys fan.
Who is?
Me.
The poor
Ooh, maybe
Cowboys.
you've seen Lolly's ex-husband.
No.
Hey, I can tell you my Seahawks are 5 wins and 0 losses.
Yeah, we lost to the Raiders last week. That was horrible.
Oh, I like the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders suck.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened, but it
Mm-mm.
it did.
They showed up to play and we didn't.
Yeah, sometimes there's a little letdown. And
Hmm.
nobody has a home field advantage anymore because there's cardboard fans out there.
Actually,
Yeah.
they're allowing 20% of the stadium.
Oh, that's right. You guys, we're not doing that yet. I hope we will, but
I think we're going to close it down now that we're a hot spot.
yeah, probably.
Are your cases going up?
Yeah, really bad. Like, we went from 2 weeks ago having, like, in one of the big hospitals here, the University Hospital, we were averaging about 10 to 13 patients a week. And in 1 week's time, it shot up to 90.
My one of my diabetic friends lives in South Carolina. She just tested positive, which is a horrible thing for a diabetic because her sugar's up to 511. She just posted on Facebook it's not coming down.
That's crazy. Is she have COVID?
Yeah, she tested positive. I think Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Thank you. It kind of like reminds me it's dumbing itself down to just a cold, but
I
you
don't
just
know.
never know.
I
No,
mean,
that's
if it's gonna
because
morph, I
somebody
think
tries
it's
to make it be just a cold, but it's way more than just a cold.
well, and
My
if the fatalities continue, yeah.
my mom says she's seen on the news that the end of October to, of course, December, it's gonna get really bad.
Yeah, that would make sense. 10 days or even less than that after all these family gatherings. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going around the grade schools real bad right here now.
Now, your school's Missy. Are they in school or are they online learning?
They were doing blended. Like if your last name started with A through K, you went Monday, Wednesday, and the other kids went Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday everybody was blended, like homeschool. But
Oh,
now
were they?
they've had to shut down 4 of the elementary schools in our district because of COVID.
I
Wow.
only have 3, 4, 5 nieces and nephews still in school, and they're all online learning.
See, my nieces and nephews down in Arizona are back to full time in school.
Oh,
It's
are
starting
they?
to think we're all screwed, to be frank. Cajun,
Do they have to wear masks?
flu shot? Did you get your flu shot?
No, I don't get one.
What?
I don't get one.
You should be. You're diabetic.
It raises my sugar and puts me in the hospital.
Wow. Really?
So do you.
Yeah.
I have. I haven't. Didn't do it last year, and I'm kind of wondering. I don't know if I'm going to get it this year. I'm kind of thinking, why don't I just wait until they? Apparently, I'm trying to think what country it is. Israel, I believe I believe it's Israel. A flu shot that's going to be. No, it's the Chinese. The Chinese are coming out with a flu shot and a COVID vaccine.
I got my
Oh,
flu shot.
really?
Yeah, a combination. I mean, whether it's going to be any good or not, or it doesn't kill you, hopefully it won't. But
Sister got hers. Cajun. Cajun. Di, did you get yours? Charlotte says
I
there's
think it's pretty cool that they're doing it at pharmacies now, like Walmart and
oh yeah,
Walgreens. I think that's pretty cool.
right.
Charlotte says they're back to full time school. So far, so good, and they wear masks. Yeah, they're required to wear masks here too. And my nieces and nephew down in Arizona, they're wearing masks, and they've been doing good so far.
My one of my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they work inside in Manhattan, like in the underbelly. They're not even back to work yet. So I hear water.
No, that was me taking my
Is it raining?
It was me taking my medicine.
Oh. Stellar, how's your weather?
I was outside for lunch under the pergola today, and we had sunshine and we had rain, and it was just kept going like that for a couple hours.
Mm,
It's cooling down, so
Amazing.
is it?
yeah, it feels like fall,
Are
winter.
you close to Canada to where you can just drive over the border?
Well, I mean, Seattle's 2.5 hours or so, but
Oh.
within drive. Yeah, it's not a long drive.
Isn't Seattle where that Rachel Dozer's from?
Uh,
Do you
well,
remember her?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that name.
She claimed that she was black, worked for the NAACP,
No,
claimed
Oh,
she's from Kansas.
claimed she was um
I remember the
getting
story.
hate letters or racial hate letters, but it was actually her putting them in the PO box.
Yeah.
She grew up here, like in my hometown.
Yeah.
Her family all
Was
descended.
she was not black though, right?
No,
No,
she's
she's white.
Yeah, I passed her off as yeah.
She's white.
Man, we have an epidemic of a failure to self-accept. People need to be at home with
Yes,
who they are.
they should be at peace of with who they are, you know?
Yeah.
Jeez, Cajun had COVID. Cajun had the Rona. Are you? Do you have any lasting effects from it, Cajun?
Oh, Cajun had it? Wow.
Yeah. He stayed sick for a month and a half.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right, he
wow.
did.
I
My
guess I
aunt had
didn't.
it, and she's now permanently on oxygen because of it.
Oh, is she?
Really?
So she can't breathe properly without it, I take it?
Not now. She was fine,
You,
but
Oh,
now she's permanently on oxygen.
that's the thing I've heard is that people get these other extenuating ailments, your heart, liver, kidneys, all kinds of things.
yeah, I've heard that too.
It attacks other parts, other organs. It's certainly not like the flu. I mean, that's pretty bad
No.
stuff.
Guy, are you behind? I think you're behind
Behind in what?
on the. I think she's behind on the video.
Oh, yikes.
Where did Di go? Did she have to change a tire? What did she do?
You changed
No,
her
she had to change one of her blinkers.
butt.
Oh, okay, there she is.
She needs blinker fluid.
Blinker fluid.
Oh god, that reminds me of Mare Bear. Jeez, oh jeez. Anyways, I did nothing all day. What about you guys?
Well, I had somebody over about 8, 10 feet apart, but yeah, I had company.
Oh
Fancy.
I
wow.
was supposed to
I,
be. Oh, go ahead.
Cajun says, "Yeah, my left lung is screwed up and my kidneys aren't functioning right. Then my
Oh,
thyroid's
wow.
acting up and I can no longer eat oranges.
What?
what?
Why oranges? I'm curious.
Yeah, wait.
Acid?
I heard some people lose their taste buds, but
Oh, I've heard that too. And sense of smell.
And
yeah,
some never
that's
get it
right.
back.
Yeah, that's not good. If you want to enjoy your life. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, with a stroke too, don't you lose your taste buds with a stroke?
No,
That's what I've heard.
my grandma didn't. She lost her
Vinny
eyesight.
G did. She lost what?
Her eyesight in one eye.
Oh, really? I didn't know they could affect your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Last time I was in the hospital,
9/11, where people are chronically ill from it for years.
my which was back in June, my top number in blood pressure was 200, and they were like,
Oh,
"That's stroke in
that,
numbers," and I'm like,
that's real
"Really?"
high.
I want
Yeah,
what
they
Valley
couldn't.
drinking.
That's
What she
high.
I said
drinking?
sunset, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere.
Yeah, Cajun
Oh,
Kev said it smells like chemicals. Yeah, that would do it.
Oh, and the taste of it
oh,
makes me want to throw up. Wow.
That's something new I didn't know.
Yeah,
Well,
wear a mask, people.
they learn
Wear.
something new from it every day. It's just, well, and it's still evolving. I mean, viruses evolve and change, and
Right. You know, the
Yeah.
scary thing is they don't know whether the vaccine will keep you safe for 6 months or 6 years. I mean, if this thing keeps morphing,
right, and the
then
Yeah.
vaccine to make it more faster.
yeah,
That's the other thing. Is it's just there's so many unknowns.
right.
All right, Charlotte, thanks for joining us.
See, Charlotte,
Bye,
Missy, do you have
Charlotte.
a fancy mask with something on it, a design?
I have some of those, but honestly, the medical masks are safer for me because they protect me better than the cute ones. So I wear the paper masks most of the time.
See? I have one that has Rosie the Riveter on it and says, I'm stronger than you because I'm a diabetic.
Yeah, I've got several of those that like people have gotten me, and my aunt's made a bunch, but um, I I am safer with the medical surgical mask.
Now, my mom lives in an assisted living building, and I actually complained because the person who was passing out food door to door because they're on lockdown, she wasn't wearing a mask or anything. And the director was like, it's not passed that way. She don't need to wear a mask.
Yes, it is passed that way.
So I
Wow.
not only called the health department, I called the board of that deals with all that, and the director got in trouble for not making them wear masks. I don't care.
Yeah, that's where it started. That's where it started here with nursing homes.
Yeah, oh, well, you too, Stella, right?
Yeah, I was gonna just respond to hipster. Is this the end time? Jesus is coming back soon. I put a call in to him, and I usually the wait time is a couple of hours, and he finally got back to me. And Jesus said, "No, it's not. It looks a lot like it, but we're going to pull through this."
Just a test.
Well, yeah, it's the end times for people who die. I mean, death is pretty final, right? That's kind of
Sure,
the end. But not to make light of it, it's just
it's true.
we're living in very scary times, and I. But you know, it's funny, not funny, but people who are living in northern Iraq and the Kurds and the people that have been living from hand to mouth and their lives have been they're struggling to stay alive in the middle of civil war and all of that. These people have had it so much harder than we have. I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
we're belly aching, but imagine what they must be thinking as far
Well,
as
and the other thing is, think if this was, 20 years ago, even 50 years ago, before we had all this access to internet and ways to stay busy, TV, things like that that we take advantage of. That if we were, 50, 75 years ago, what would we do then?
Yeah.
well, that's right.
Like when the Spanish flu came around, what did they do, you know?
You know, there are pictures of back in those days of people who were wearing masks, some type of a mask, and people were we didn't well they had the medicine of what was it 19 what was the dates of that 17 trying to remember what it
Uh-huh.
was but that was the medicine the best medicine they had if they had the medicine we have I'm sure that the numbers would be dramatically lower and also 21st century medicine so we benefit from that obviously um, but is this as deadly as that? I would say what we're dealing with is at least as deadly.
Yeah.
We just have the advantage of 21st century medicine, and
It's
if
They
people,
didn't.
yeah, but we have to follow it. We have to take it seriously and take science seriously.
And you know what? A lot of people aren't taking this serious. They're still going to parties and
But the
gatherings.
problem is when we have the leader of our country making it sound like it's just a cult.
Well, if we had access to all of the special treatment that he got, I suppose we could all be more cavalier. But yeah, I think it's risky for people to think just because I'm young, I'm not going to get it. And young people are dying from it too.
Yeah,
You know, the people across the street that just moved in, they had a housewarming party, and they had a lot of people there, and all I could think is, Are you no? Are you not using your brain?
Well, and the other thing, imagine how they'll feel if, I mean, not that they're contract tracing, but if one of those young people pick that up and they're asymptomatic and they pass it off to grandma, and grandma comes down with it and dies. I mean, we all need to be responsible for others. That's what's
My
missing.
my husband, he used to moonlight as a Lyft driver, and because of me, he actually stopped because he don't want to bring nothing home to me.
Yeah.
The hard thing is it's getting it through people's heads. They think, oh, I'm just hanging out with this one group of people, or I'm just hanging out with this one person. I've had to explain it to one of my friends like this. You have to look at it just like an STD. Okay, yeah, you just hung out with that one person, but who all did they hang out with before they hung out with you?
Yep.
So now they're same concept. They're everybody that they hung out with, you technically hung out with.
And
Because
Missy, the other thing that I think people fail to realize, even if you've been tested yesterday, you could be exposed today.
hmm
Yes. I had the test a couple months ago. It's not as bad as people say it is.
that
No.
depends. I've had it done 3 different times, and it depends on who does it.
Oh, some
Oh,
people
is
ram
it?
it. Yeah, they
Yeah,
ram it way back in there.
Well, I was in the ICU when I had it tested, and I had to be tested because it was ICU, and
yeah.
it didn't seem too bad.
I have to get tested every time before chemo, and yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
depends on who tests
So,
me.
so if you test positive, you can't have your chemo.
No,
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
because for one, I would be exposing the nurses. Two, my immune system's already shot, and that just the chemo brings my immune system down more. And three, I'd be exposing everybody that's in the
To
chemo.
other people.
Yeah. And Missy, I was wondering, I don't know what the percentage is. Is it 70%, 80%, or is it higher that the test is actually accurate? You could be tested with a false positive or a false negative.
I haven't seen those statistics, but I know they're not great.
Right. So, I mean,
Yeah. So even when we go to chemo, it's still kind of the same as everywhere else. You have to go in, get your temperature checked. You have to wear a mask the whole time. Like usually in the chemo suite I'm at, we can get up and go to the refrigerator, get our drinks and snacks or whatever. But now because of COVID, we're not allowed to take our mask off for even drinks or anything.
right.
So
Now,
that
can I ask how long chemo is? Like 4 or 5 hours?
mine's 6 hours. Hey,
Oh,
Hot Frog.
wow.
But it's only once a month. So and before I started this new drug that I'm on now, I had no life. I was in the hospital more than I was out. So with this new medicine that I'm on, I've got my life back.
Oh,
And
that's so
I mean,
wonderful.
I have like a
Awesome.
month that sucks, but those other 3 weeks I have life. I'm not back
Does
to
it
normal,
make you
but
feel better, like energized and such?
I wouldn't say energized, but I'm not as miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it gives me some quality of life that I didn't have. So it's better than I was before I started.
Good,
So yeah,
That is
I'm very
wonderful.
good. Isn't it, Missy? You're just like me. You depend on your meds to keep you alive. Isn't
oh
that crazy? Isn't it crazy how your medicine um basically dictates your life and how much you think about it and need it?
and traveling. I have to
Yeah,
like when I that month that I go to Arizona, I have to coordinate with all my doctors and make sure I'm either going to have enough meds or that I'm able to get my meds down there because with like controlled substances, I can't just go out of state and pick up a med.
yeah. Like I look at my bottle of insulin and think this little thing dictates my life.
hmm
But I'm grateful because my diabetes could be much worse than it is. I've had, oh, well, last year and in 2017, I've had bumps in the road with it, but my life is still great, you know? Things could be a lot worse for me.
And
Yeah,
if you lived 50 years ago, yeah, I mean, so many people that have a
I'll be right
quality
back.
of life, they might not be around. I mean, thankfully, medicine has improved. I was going to mention something about Cajun Kev. Um, you know, he put in there that wearing the mask, his mother never got it, and his sister got a milder version. The mask works. I think that is proof positive, wonderful testimony, Cajun, Kev, because
Yeah.
you know, the thing that always kind of baffles me, and I don't understand the science of the virus, but why is it if you get a mild dose, I guess to say if you're exposed for a shorter period of time, that you're getting a lower amount of exposure to a lower dose of it, dose of exposure, than if you're around someone the whole time and say no one's wearing a mask and you're getting a full blown exposure to it. Your actual when you come down with it, it will be much more serious.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't. I guess the terms I think of have to do with, you know, if you get exposed, you're exposed regardless of how much exposure. But apparently that's not the case.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first um come to the US, I asked the infectious disease doctor that was seeing me after my amputation. I says, "Should I be wearing a mask right now?" And she goes, "No, the flu kills more people per year than COVID has killed. Now look at us."
Yep. That's right. I'm sorry to hear that, Kev. I'm glad that she went. That's the way that I think probably everyone would like to go peacefully in our sleep. I'm very glad to hear that she went past that way.
Hey, I'm going out with a bang.
You are, huh?
I'll probably strap myself to fireworks.
Well, I'm looking for a fiery chariot to heaven, or if that option's not available to me, I will settle for um, a massive heart attack. Just you
Nope.
know, the Widowmaker, let me go. No one, I just don't let no rescue, no code, none of that stuff. Just let me ease out of this world.
I'm going out with a bang. And I know I'm going to hell with gasoline drawers, riding shotgun with the drink in my hand.
Yeah, I just don't want to have a lingering death. I don't think that's something
Yeah,
anybody.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I
that's for
couldn't do
sure.
that. No, my grandmother, she got cancer of the spine. She knew for 2 years before she told us. And thinking about it, she had all the signs of it.
Did she?
But she never took chemo or nothing.
And then did
And
she pass at home?
no, she went to a nursing home because she couldn't be at home anymore because it just got so bad. And when we would visit her, I remember me and my sister visited her. She died when I was 18, and we visited her. And my sister had said to her, "Grandma, why don't you make some friends in here?" And her words were, "I'm not going to be here that long."
She knew. It's
Yeah, she
amazing how many
knew.
people they have an awareness.
And
Cajun,
she would get mad at us because she would say, "Guess who I seen today?" And then she'd look at us. We'd say, "Who?" And then she'd look at us and says, "Oh, you'll never understand."
you know, it's funny. I think I know where you're going with that. I knew a family that had a second grader. What would that be? About grade 7 or
Like
so.
7,
Yeah, he
6,
had
7.
right. He had ALL, acute leukemia, um, and eventually it got him. It took his life, but before he died, he had a lot of experiences. I think like what you're describing, where
Yeah.
prior to the death, there is a for some people, I don't know if it's true for everyone. I don't know, probably not. But some people have, um, well, they have visions or they have visitations and they have
Yeah.
experiences of people who are already passed on. And I remember one time he was telling his mother um, that grandma comes into the room at the same time every day. And his mother said, "How do you know that, Timmy?" And he said, "Well, because the bed goes down, there's a depression in the bed, something like that." And he never met his grandmother before, but somehow,
Really?
yeah, and it, um, So, there's a great deal of mystery that by which we live, and I don't suppose no one has to be convinced of it. It's something experiential that you go through. And,
Now listen, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, well, that's it. Yeah.
You guys are gonna think I'm the craziest person in the world, and I don't care. Not my great, my grandmother, my dad's mother, she died the same day my sister was born, 3 minutes after my sister was born, in the same hospital.
Wow. That's
And that was in
amazing.
1977. And every time I'm sick, she comes to me in my dreams, and that's when I know I have to go to the hospital. I'll
Well,
wake up out of a dead dream, wake my husband, and says, I gotta get to the hospital. I'm getting sicker.
there just a comment on that. There's many people who theorize that we are able to tune in, except most of us haven't learned how to do that. That people on the other side, so to speak, use that expression, have a
Yeah.
different. They broadcast on a different frequency.
Yes.
It's kind of like we're receiving in analog, and they're transmitting in digital, and we're just not wired to pick up. But occasionally there's a moment of grace or something where you do, or maybe people learn how to do that, and some people just have the knack for it. Uh,
Yeah.
but I do believe that there's a lot of stories. I've got a couple of my own things that happen that are really unexplainable. And what really kind of gets you thinking is when you hear other people with a very similar story. And
Yeah.
Oh, cow.
what's that? Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, I've never met her because she died in 1977 and I was born in the 80s. She died 3 minutes after my sister was born, or before my sister was born, I'm sorry,
That's amazing. Welcome,
in the
J.O. Cow.
same hospital.
Yeah,
So,
that's uncanny.
my mom, she always says, she just knew that my grandmother passed and she was very close to my grandmother. And after she gave birth, she looked at my dad and says, Mom died, didn't she? And my dad says, my mom says, my dad looked at her and says, I'm so sorry. And my mom just screamed.
People have a foreshadowing event sometimes where they know. When I was a kid, I was about 10 years old. I was vacationing with my best friend. We were up in Minnesota and with his family, and we were
Hmm.
driving back to Nebraska where we all of us lived, and we were going through Iowa. We hadn't even gotten to Nebraska, and I had this overpowering awareness. I was sitting in the back seat of an old Ford station wagon, and we're driving home, and all of a sudden, I had this awareness, a very profound awareness that something had happened to my dog. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and when I got home, my dog was not in the yard. And so I went up, saw my dad, and I said, "Where's my dog?" And he said, "Joe, we had to put her down. She was bleeding and she was sick." Um,
Oh,
and then I went downstairs and put my hand through the wall, fist through the wall. But I thought back on that, and I still do. I reflect on it. I think there's sometimes just a moment of grace or an opportunity when maybe at the moment of death. I think all life has spirit. That's my personal belief. All life
hmm,
has spirit. And whatever that might be, and I have no clue what it really means, but I think there's not everything dies when the body dies. And when the body of a dog dies, I think and as well as a human, maybe there's a moment, an opportunity when, and that's so often what happens just before, like when my dad died, just before he died, he sat up in bed. He was looking at something near the door, and I've read about this. It's very common. People work in hospice hear it all the time. And he was he was connected with someone. He never said a word, and then he kind of leaned back down, laid back down, and he died within a minute. And it just, yeah, it's like, well, what just happened, you know? Um, but I think it's at least good to be open to the possibility that these are, kind of a prolipsis of what may be coming. There is more than meets the eye, and at least we can hang on to that hope, you know.
Now I can't remember Sam something. He was a comedian that I think he died in the 80s in a car crash. Somebody hit him. A drunk driver hit him.
Oh, Sam Kinison.
Yeah, Sam Kennison. Somebody reported that when they went to Sam Kennison to try to help him, he was mumbling, "I'm not ready yet. I'm not going," and then said, "Okay, okay, I'll go with you," and died.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know how we got on the subject.
I'm not sure. Well, we were talking about COVID and some people who have died from it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not the most positive, but life is a gift and we're not here a long time. And it's good to,
No.
people put off, we're in a death denying culture and people put off discussing it. I think that's a mistake. I think it's important to be able to, have a healthy discussion, not a depressing one about that
Yeah,
topic.
absolutely. I mean, it's something you can't avoid.
Well, that's right, death and taxes. Yeah, I think it was the comedian. What was his name? The Jewish comedian. He said the only thing he worried about death was he says I just don't want to be around when it happens. I thought that was
Oh, I heard that.
what was his name? Golly,
Couldn't tell you.
yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld.
No, before him, kind of a little guy. Can't think of his name. Somebody on side chat might think of it.
Now, when you worked with the church, did you give last rites?
No, that's one of the seven sacraments that lay people. I was a lay minister. I wasn't ordained. I was in
Oh.
formation for ordination, but I didn't choose to continue at that point.
Okay, so then when you worked in the ER as the chaplain, right?
For a time, yeah, it wasn't for a very long
Did
time.
you were you ever with a family as their loved one passed?
Yeah, actually, but not in the ER. It was
Oh.
up in the surgical ward. I worked on the
Oh.
sixth floor up there. In fact, I remember a woman who, her name, I mean, I don't know if I should even mention it. No one would know her, but this was up in Hamilton, Ontario, St. Joseph's Teaching Hospital. But she was, she had multiple problems, health problems, and she was getting very, very ill. I mean, getting toward the end. And I would go and see her every day. And she was saying, "Yeah, Woody Allen, thank you, Bookie." That's exactly who it was. And so she said, I can't go. I've got to wait for my husband. I said, "Don't worry, I won't let you go. I'm going to hang on to you." And but yeah, you get kind of close to people. And
Yeah.
sure, her husband did come in time. And people have some ability to postpone. At least you hear those stories. Perhaps not everyone, but um, there is seemingly an ability to do that. The real scary thing for me was the next day. I was in what they call a CPE, Clinical Pastoral Education program at that hospital, and we were exposed to. We would see a lot of surgeries done, and I was scheduled with another guy to see an autopsy the next day, and it was that woman. And that I wasn't prepared for that, and of course she had cancer, and it was pretty shocking.
I got to see an autopsy once. It was actually pretty interesting.
You hear about people hanging on until like a certain family member gets there to see them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I got to see an autopsy. It's actually pretty interesting.
Well, yeah.
Okay, then.
I didn't expect to know the person. I mean, I don't think they
Yeah.
realized that was who it would be because I had an emotional connection to her. And the actual procedure is not for the faint of heart. It's not
Oh no.
the smell of cancer is very awful. And, um, and then knowing the person, it just made it really tough. But um, we were able to see babies born, and this other guy I was in the same program. He was in the same program as I was. We had seen a day or two earlier a circumcision, and he went down in a heap. somehow he just got to him, and he said, "Look, I'm not going to the autopsy." And I thought, well, I probably shouldn't either, but I'm gonna see what happens. And it is interesting, but it's better if there's no familiarity with who that is. It,
Yeah.
the whole procedure is a real exposure to the human anatomy, and that's yeah.
I've only seen one baby born, and I'll never do it again.
Well, I saw a woman who had given, I think she's French Canadian, I think she had had 16 or 17 children, and it came out like, just easy as can be. But the body is conditioned I think when a woman's had multiple births.
Oh
Believe me,
yeah.
I'm no expert in this, but that's what people were talking about.
Oh yeah. My best friend, I got to actually be there when my goddaughter was born, and I cut the cord,
Oh, really?
and I'll just never do it again. Yeah, I'll
Well,
just never do it again.
I'm on it says weighty topic. Yeah, these are um, not topics that we generally have every day. Not on
Hey,
YouTube.
these topics are better than the nonsense that usually floats
Right.
around YouTube.
Well, we did
I
a little
mean,
bit of gossip talk today. Nothing bad, but
we're
yeah,
not on here asking for $120 for a cell phone bill.
no. But I mean, this is more reality
Real reality, yeah,
conversation. Yeah. Cajun Kev
reality.
said when my dad had his brain stroke 2 days later, he was brain dead. Then we took him off, yeah, off life support, and his last day took till I took him. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, let's see. I read this wrong. He lasted all day till I took him. He could go. That he could go. I will take care of my mom, and he then took a breath and died. Yeah. I think a natural death would be something, um, and that happened with my own dad, Kev. The same thing.
Now,
I think it's a
here's
privilege to hold someone's hand, um, notwithstanding intense suffering. And of course, today with what they can give you, it minimizes that. That's what it would. I'm told.
now years ago, my mom got sick and had to call EMS. Her husband did, and I called the hospital. I was states away, and I called the hospital and I says, "Hey, my name is this. My mom's name is this. Can you tell me if she's arrived yet on her power of attorney?" And they says, "We're taking her. We're flying her to Cleveland Clinic. We lost her for 10 minutes."
Oh wow.
So I said, "What do you mean?" And they says she died. It took 10 minutes to get her back. So she got to Cleveland Clinic. I come because the Cleveland Clinic doctor was saying, we have to put her in a coma. She's not responding to us. We'll give her a few days. We'll take her off life support. And she was on dialysis too because her kidney shut down.
Right.
They says we're gonna give her a few days, take her off life support, and this is very critical. If she's doesn't respond, she's brain dead. What do we do? And I says, I'm on my way. So I come up and they prepared me for all this stuff. And me and my mom, we really don't have a great relationship. So I says, Mom, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand. And she squeezed it. I says, there's life in her. So they prepared me for all this stuff, and they're like, well, we're taking her off. A few days later, they're like, we're taking her off. What do we do if she's brain dead? I says, well, I'm not going to let her linger.
Right.
So they took her off. My mom's fine. No lasting effects, nothing. I mean, they took her off. They kept her for a few days, and the nurse had just been in her room, and she opened her eyes, looked at the nurse, and says, I need some water.
How about that?
So, yeah, I mean, there's miracles out there, and that's crazy to me.
There was a real famous case of that. Right now, the name escapes me, but the question was whether to take this person off of life support or not. There was a lot of medical ethics board discussing it, pros and cons, and it went on for, it may have gone on for several years. And then when,
Is that Chandra Lady? No, that's not her.
no,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, right, and when they finally did decide to remove her from life support, she lived. She went on to, I don't think for a great deal of time, but there was not the immediacy of death. Uh,
And do you remember that lady years ago, maybe early 2000s, late 90s? She was on life support because she had an eating disorder and it got to her, and she was basically a vegetable, and it all went to court and everything because her husband didn't want to take her off life support and the family did.
right.
I remember that one too.
Yeah, that sounds similar. Yeah. Well, and I think if you, what do they call it, have a durable power of attorney or a living will, your final directive, I think is what they refer to it in general, to have advanced directives so that your wishes, when you're in a good mental state and you're able to communicate, that you have that prepared ahead of time. I mean, every healthy person should probably consider doing that.
I
And
have
then,
one. My husband has one.
right, and yeah, I do too. And then to make sure your family is aware and your doctor has a copy of it. And
Yeah.
because if, God forbid, you are in a situation where you may not be able to communicate your wishes, then that expresses it for you legally.
They also ask you in the ER when you're being admitted if you have a power of attorney or a live-in will.
Right, exactly. Oh, Cheryl S., take care. Nice to see you. Nice, very nice to
By
see you.
Cheryl. And
I
they
missed
also
you.
ask nowadays they also ask your religion and if you want to receive communion.
Right, yeah.
So I think that's crazy. Sorry, Missy, we took over your chat. She's not even paying attention.
Welcome back, Missy. We don't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, I think you're on mute. Ay, ay, ay. What else is new, Stellar, up your way?
Uh, usually no news is good news. So,
Right?
yeah, not a great deal. Um, I work with a couple different boards and we're working on different things.
Sorry about that.
Um, oh, welcome back.
Yeah.
That's not sound like
You're
that.
working on a couple different things.
Yeah, we're one board I serve on. We're looking at trying to get the Archdiocese of Seattle to open its files for those priests who have offended against children.
That may
Uh,
take years, correct?
Well, that the board that we're working with is filled with attorneys and even a couple of judges. So hopefully that will make a difference, and the church will cooperate. And the purpose ultimately is um, for institutional change that will prevent this from ever happening again.
Now, Stellar, do you have Netflix?
Yes, actually, I do.
Did you see that documentary on the nun, Kathleen? I'm gonna say her last name wrong. Karesnik.
I'm not sure. It doesn't ring
She
a bell yet.
she worked in Pennsylvania, I believe Philadelphia, at a Catholic high school for girls, and she uncovered the priest principal who is actually assaulting the girls.
Oh boy.
And when she uncovered it, she actually turned up dead the next day.
What?
Wow.
And the whole documentary is trying to expose who killed her and all these girls who come forward saying that they were assaulted by the priest. It's actually a really good documentary.
I didn't see it. I'm very curious. Maybe I will look for that. I mean, there are things that have gone on that, if the truth were to surface, it would shake our faith, I'm sure. Um, for a very long time in the institutional Roman Catholic Church, priests and nuns and members of religious communities were protected. The estimates are about 7% have offended, so 93% have not. and that's actually pretty close to, like in the California school district, the number of people that have offended against children or vulnerable adults as well. Um, so it's not that it's extraordinarily a hotbed of problems within a religious community, but there is that. It does exist. And but being able to kind of get at it and to exercise it, to use a church word, to remove it and permanently make systemic changes that will make for a safer church community. I was
Yeah.
working, yeah, one of the, I had different hats that I wore, but one of them I worked in the church as uh, a facilitator using the program called Called to Protect. It was part of the Safe Environment program. And so
Hmm.
in Western Washington, we required all of our teachers, coaches, volunteers that work with youth and children, um, scouts, scoutmasters, all of the above and more. Even parents would come if they were volunteers with children, and they had to take this program each year and be updated on it. And it was very helpful because we were trying to teach them the signs of how to perceive a situation where you might be dealing with um, a person who is possibly perpetrating. And
I wonder if that's the same class I had to take to work with the kids for first communion. I had got a certificate and everything for it.
well, yeah, First Communion wouldn't have to do with this, but it would be something that if you're working in and around children at all,
Yeah,
uh,
I worked
it
around children other than first communion
yeah, so that would
at a
prepare.
church.
Right, it prepares adults
Yeah.
to pick up on the signs of
Yep.
predator or predator-like activity, and of course that's extremely important. And how to report, what to look for, and all of this is just simply to make our environment safer and the children and anyone vulnerable. Really, it's adults as well. There are there are vulnerable adults that also need to be looked after that sometimes are abused. So all of that is
Yes.
important. But I
Well,
just, yeah, it's part of that board I'm on. Is it's one thing. As you say, if you're watching the bodies float down the river, it's helpful to have someone fish out the bodies and give them a Christian burial and comfort the family. But somebody's got to go upstream and find out why the bodies are coming down the river and find out who's murdering them. And you have to get at the systemic problem of why is there sexual abuse within the Catholic Church. And of
yeah.
course, it's not exclusive to the Roman Catholic Church, it's everywhere. But why is this a problem, and how can we eliminate it if at all possible, or minimize it, certainly to a great extent?
Absolutely. I don't mean to get off subject, but Stellar, your icon there looks like you're a game show host.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget where I got that, but somebody you give them one of your pictures and then they cartoon it
I mean,
to
it
some
looks like
degree.
you could host The Price is Right.
Hey, what's behind curtain number? What would you like? $500 or what's behind curtain number two? What have you
Five
to
hundred
say?
dollars, Stellar, please.
Bird in the hand, right? Yeah.
Yes.
On it, actually, it's not tweezers, but it's like this little. They call it a drill, and but it yeah. I get arthritis in my hands, and then my eyes go crazy. So I can only do it for like 15 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, gotta put it away. Maxine, have you ever tried the diamond painting?
No, I've seen it. I've seen people do it.
They look really
And
neat when they're done, but I have yet to finish one because I get
oh, you diamond paint?
I have one I've been working on for like several months, but like I can only take like 10, 15 minutes of it, and my anxiety gets up, and my hands start.
What is the picture of?
Mine I got one. It's for my. I'm gonna blah blah. I'm gonna frame it for my mom. But it says I don't know what it says now. It was one of those sayings about dogs, like dogs live here. You don't
Oh,
mess with.
one of those.
Yeah.
How do you diamond paint?
You,
Missy,
it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it.
I don't either. It's kind of like it reminds me of like little jewels.
Yeah, they're like
You-
little bitty, kind of like little bitty gemstones. You'll have to look up a YouTube video seller, but they're like
okay.
these little gemstones, and it's kind of like colored by number, but you place these little gemstones one by one, and so you do this whole painting. Like, and I just did a little, like, I think 9 by 9. My aunt does the big giant portraits of them, and she'll
Really?
finish one in like a couple weeks. I'm like, there's no way. I would lose my mind.
Really?
But they're neat, and it does like take your mind off things, but like I get anxiety real bad, so I have to kind of like pace myself, or I would probably throw it away. The actual what you're sticking them on is it's just sticky paper, pretty much. It's like a
Oh, is it?
yeah, the little. What's it? I'm not gonna dig mine
I
out.
thought it was like maybe a cardboard or something, paper
No, it's
wise.
like this. They come in like this tube, like you would get a poster if you order a poster online. They come in that, and the diamond and the drills and everything comes in that, and then you roll out the paper, and it has like a backing, so you can kind of just peel as you go, so the sticky doesn't go away. Am I making any sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't do any of that, but I do write prisoners.
So you kind of like, you can just do sections at a time and just peel a little bit as you keep going. I'll have to pull mine out and show you guys one day.
Is the finished product pretty interesting to look at?
Yeah, they look really neat because it, like the reflection off the different, like the light.
Oh,
Now,
I see.
can you frame those?
Yeah.
Oh, can you? You know what it kind of reminds me of? Cross stitch.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is for the most part. I'm going to find a picture of one so I can show Stellar.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. Cross stitch.
But it's officially, the name of it is called diamond painting?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will Google that. Or I will type it in the search bar of YouTube.
Yes, diamond painting.
Huh.
I think it's pretty cool.
They're really neat. You just have to have the patience and time. But, I mean, you don't have to do it all at once. Like I said, I've been working on mine for months. I just kind of put it away and I'll pull it out when I'm bored.
Yeah.
But there's
Missy,
people that
I'll
will get, you can even have them, you can send in your own picture. Like there's people that in this group, you can send in a picture of like your kids or your family, and you can diamond paint that. And those turn out really cool.
Missy, I seen one that you should do for me, and I'll buy it off you. It says, "I love big mutts," and that's totally me because I only rescue mutts. I will not. Because there's a whole bunch of rescues that only take certain breeds, but I rescue mutts,
Yeah, I like that.
so that's mine.
You know, I thought I was rescuing a mutt as well. It looked like the dog was a Pekingese. Turned out it was purebred um, Tibetan Spaniel, and I thought, oh my God! I was walking my dog at the park one time, and this lady said, "Oh, you have a nice dog," and Tibetan Spaniel, and I said, she had a couple beautiful dogs, and I said, "Well, no, I think it's a part Pekingese." She said, "Well, who told you that?" I said, "Well, the vet and where I rescued her at the," and she said, "Well, they don't know what they're talking about." And I said, "Really? Okay." So I went home and I Googled Tibetan Spaniel and boom, there's my dog.
What
She
are we
was
doing?
what?
Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. So she was not a mutt.
No, she was legit.
Aren't Pekingese? Aren't those noses kind of pushed in? I think
Yeah, and
so.
hers was too, but what I saw what they had online was a profile picture and it looked like and I love Pekingese. I've had several. Um, but when I went down there, yeah, I said, yeah, this is not necessarily Pekingese, but they thought it was a mixed dog. So I went ahead and said, this is
I'm
mine.
a
I'll
I'm a
take her.
I'm a big dog rescuer. My Lucky, he's a Coonhound Mastiff. He's 160 pounds, and then I get a pit bull,
She's like a
Penelope's
fuzzy
pit
pug.
bull, maybe mixed with pointer. She's about 100 pounds.
Is that pretty much what they are? Pekingese or fuzzy pugs?
Well, you know what? I'm going to put in here in the side chat, if someone wants to just Google that, their pictures will come right up, and I'll tell you, these dogs all look alike. They really look alike. Yeah, I mean, there's some resemblance to a pug, to a Pekingese, and yeah. I had never even heard of the breed before. They call them a Tibby, Tibbie for short. But they're very unique dog. They were from China originally, and they would sit on the high walls of a Chinese castle, um, and bark when strangers came. They were pretty much just guard dogs that, yeah, spoiled
That's
brats
pretty
basically.
cool.
Yeah, monastery walls sometimes. Yeah,
That's pretty
Okay, can you
cool.
see that, Stella?
yeah. Hipster, they are really a cute dog. What's Missy? What?
Can you see
Can you see
that?
that on the screen?
Looks like it's coming up. Yes, is that? Oh, that's diamond painting. Yeah,
I think it's
that's.
actually
Yeah.
pretty
And
cool.
I like that.
they're basically like these little. Can you still see my screen or no?
Yeah.
Now, Missy, the
Okay.
the paint, the diamonds, I call them jewels. Do you have
See
to
these
buy those
little.
separate?
Yeah. No, they come with a kit. So whatever kit you buy,
Oh,
they'll come with
okay.
exactly whatever colors that you need, and they'll come with the that pen thing that she's using to put it on. It's called a drill.
Oh,
Do you see the picture now? That's how you place them. And that what she's
Wow.
placing them on it, that's just all sticky paper. But
Huh.
it'll tell you exactly like it's like it'll be like LH, and then you'll have a code or what do you call it? Like an index for like what colors go to what code.
that's pretty cool.
But it's really neat because like when you frame it and hang it, they're like sparkle. Like that's like called diamond painting. They
If they catch the
found those
sunlight,
just
I bet they.
for they're real
Yeah,
intricate too. I mean,
I bet if you get them in the sunlight
yeah,
just right, they really look beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Look at
I'm
all
sure
that.
it's really
yeah,
relaxing
go
too.
like in a sunroom.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that
and
one.
look at this one. This one's cute. What I wanted to do for my mom was something like this, but I went kind of basic at
Oh,
first.
that's cute.
So
Your mom
yeah,
has dogs, right? Oh, wow.
hmm
Some of these are really detailed.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
oh yeah. That's what my aunt does those real detailed ones, and I'm like, she'll do like all the Disney ones, and
Oh, wow,
she's got
really?
patience,
I'm on it. The
phenomenal
2020
patience.
version of a velvet painting. I was the proud owner of a Elvis uh, velvet painting once. I'm not
Were
sure what
you?
happened. Oh yeah, it's like having a pink flamingo in your yard.
My grandmother had velvet paintings all over her house.
Really? Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, I believe she had I'm picture. I believe I have to check with my mom. I believe she had an Elvis too.
All you'd have to do is have a fondue and look at the painting, and you'd be back in the 70s or 60s. It would be just amazing.
Like look at that one, Maxine.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And would you say, Missy, you can
Those dogs
scan
are
a
real.
picture of your what you want?
Yeah, like you can take an actual picture of your dog. Like this is one somebody took a picture of their dog, and they sent it into the company, and the company will send you like the whole kit, and it'll tell you where to put what, and yeah, people do it with their families, and
Oh, that's pretty
it's really
cool.
neat.
Hop
It's a
Frog
little more
says my neighbor.
expensive if you want to do like your own because they've got a color code.
Oh, I bet.
Hop Frog said my neighbor had the velvet clown paintings. I still do. I've got several of the. I don't know if it's Sorensen was the painter, but the original poker playing dogs The picture with the dogs.
Yeah.
I've got
Isn't that
three of
worth a lot of
those.
money now?
Yeah, the originals are. Mine are actually they go back to 1920 something, but they're not original. But they if they were,
Are they in your living room?
no, no, they're in the
No.
bedroom. But they would be yeah, if you had originals, they would be pretty valuable.
I have to get one of those for my office. I really want one.
Yeah. I think they probably got stuff like that for sale. It wouldn't probably be the originals, but if you look
Oh
on
no.
eBay or something.
That's the one I'm doing
Oh
for my
no.
mom, Maxine, but the color's a little different.
Now, will
Mhm.
you give this to her for Christmas or?
Yeah,
That's
whenever
pretty
again.
cool.
Probably finish it before then. Cut it to the small one.
Well, hey, you
That's
guys,
pretty
I
cool.
hate to.
But hers says home is where my dog are.
Absolutely, I agree with that statement 100%. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to jump off, but this is,
Yeah.
you've been almost 3 hours, and this has been delightful.
It's been relaxing. It's better than normal.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
we hear.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, you guys, Missy, thank you for letting me come up.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna have to jump off too.
oh, no, I have to go first. You have to wait.
Yes, we do.
No.
Queue up. I'm first.
We can always
Okay.
do
1, 2, 3. Not it.
No. But I'll just say goodbye to Side Chat and thank you for letting me come up on here. I enjoyed myself. This was wonderful.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for having me, Missy.
Yep.
We'll have to do these
Okay.
Side
now.
chat.
Just laid back.
Absolutely.
Everybody's
Let,
like
Oh
let's.
yeah.
joining us. Fun.
I consider us three the Three Musketeers. We're always on together.
That we are. We are.
And you
Um,
guys, side chat, people on panel, you're good company.
yeah, they are. It's good
Yeah.
people. Well, thank you, and I'll see you all later. And
Yep, see you
blessings.
later.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Tyler.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Maxine, for joining.
Yep, thank you for having me. Bye, side chat. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Side Chat. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you around.